ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Clown Ninja Podcast. Today we're joined with our two regular co-hosts, Free Game Nino the third, and of course Big Black Uchiha the third as well. And today we'll be discussing. I almost did it correctly. Today we'll be discussing Chapter 26 of the Boruto manga. It was recently released. We streamed yesterday, or my guys streamed yesterday, and of course we'll talk about it all as a collective today.
Yeah. Shameless plug, but go check out that stream that me and Black did yesterday. It wasn't back, but yeah, we had a great conversation.
Right, in fact, did y'all do ratings yesterday or no?
No, we didn't do ratings. We was gonna save all that for the official.
I guess we could do that. So when y'all want to go first, or I could probably go first.
Depending. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So if I give my ratings for this chapter, I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. Solid 8 out of 10. The reason why it wasn't higher is because we didn't necessarily get too much action. Of course, a lot of stuff that did actually happen we kind of predicted, but of course there's a lot of unpredictable stuff that happened. First things first, Inojin. Like, this might be like the slightest thing, but kind of the biggest thing when it comes to plot stuff. I'm not gonna say that, but like, it's important. First things first, it was just the side story of him actually liking Himawari. I think that right there was like a big storyline. Once the sneak peek did actually drop, people had a whole bunch of discussions about him potentially moving like R. Kelly. Discussions for a different time. But also the fact that he's not only like saying, well, he didn't necessarily say he liked Himawari. I think this is important as well. The board writers are kind of keeping that tension, but they're kind of utilizing that like to actually help the plot. Like, he's basically their brand new Ino, like Shikacho. He's basically like brand new Ino, and not only that, it seems like he's actually willing to do it. Whereas, and don't get me wrong, he's not all for it because he did bring up the fact that it was illegal, stuff like that. But he actually has like a more stronger reason of actually helping them because of Himawari, because of that whole entire storyline, which I do like. Now, not only that, one of the bigger things, and I think we're probably going to talk about this a lot, is pretty much Daemon is about to pack up Sarada. This right here is going to be something that we should be looking forward to heavily. One of the things that we've been talking about for a long time is we never really got to see Daemon actually fight someone. I don't necessarily think it's going to actually be a fight. The only thing that I could possibly see is her Mangekyo Sharingan, which we did actually get to see in this particular chapter. The only way I could see her doing something to Daemon is if she utilized the Mangekyo Sharingan. Is she going to show us something brand new from the Mangekyo Sharingan that we didn't necessarily see before? I think those are all interesting things. And the fact that they actually brought that in this particular chapter, which no one thought we were going to get the Mangekyo Sharingan in this chapter, I thought it was a cool little addition. Not only that, the Ada and Sume storyline, or the Ada, Sume, and Sarada storyline, that's obviously ramping up when we just talk about the Daemon thing, but also the fact that I did like to see Ada kind of seeming like a Shinju. I'll talk about Shinju's basically next, but she's kind of like a Shinju where she's basically just monitoring relationships, seeing like, hey, Sume, are you going to tell Boruto you like him? Sorry, are you going to tell Boruto you like him? Stuff like that, comedic relief. Now, the Shinju's where things get a little bit more serious. I think this right here is like, it's nice to see like the inner workings of how they research. We see Bug, he's basically a gooner. We've seen magazines out, questionable stuff he was looking at. Not only that, not only that, we got Jura out here crying over novels. And Hidari might be the realest nigga out of all of them, just chilling. What are y'all doing?
Okay.
Yeah. One of the interesting things that I did actually like when it comes to the Shinju is that Kashin Koji basically said that he knows Mamushi's weaknesses and strengths. We didn't necessarily get that in this chapter, and that was like, I feel like that right there was like a little bit of like a cliffhanger. It wasn't real definition of a cliffhanger, but I'm pretty sure he's going to explain that in the next chapter, or at least once Mamushi actually attacks Ten Leaf Village. I'm super excited to hear about that. And I think the last thing we could probably talk about is Boruto's aura. Boruto, he's very different from Naruto, and I think this chapter kind of proves that, where it's like he had that Itachi lore, Itachi aura, yeah. Where even like when Itachi was fighting against Sasuke and he was sitting on that chair, it's like that, like a scary, it's like scary.
Yeah, I dropped it in the group chat.
Yeah, like just a scary ninja just chilling. You just know, like, if you try anything, he's gonna kill you. Like Orochimaru had that, Itachi had that, even Sasuke and Shippuden, he had that as well. Boruto was like that. Naruto always seemed like the goofy guy, even though when he had the red eyes and of course he's Nine Tails, he was never like chill like how Boruto and Itachi were. when they are like that, when they do seem that dangerous, put it like that. Naruto's never like that. He was either like all the way at 10 or he was like a goofy kid. You feel me?
Yeah, I
Boruto in
agree.
this chapter, yeah, I like how he came. I like how they depicted his character. Yeah, regardless, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a decent chapter, elite chapter. Honestly believe next chapter might even be better than this chapter, which is
Yeah, I was saying that
exciting.
on Twitter too. And one thing that I do want to say, like maybe just give a different like aspect on it with the Sugure, Ada, and Sarda situation. I think she was baiting the men. Like it wasn't for her to figure out love and stuff like that. Me and Black were talking about this earlier, and I was like, she's sly because she was talking about them to Boruto the whole time, knowing that if you're enchanted under me, then you wouldn't be able to do that. You'll be goggling over me the whole time, and it was goggling over Boruto. So that was her like key. That was her trigger to let her know that okay, something's going on that is not normal for my ability as far as her charm ability. Like these two, because for a while she was like guessing, and I think she just started thinking about it, and then like over time she was like confirming her theory, and at that point in time she confirmed that theory.
Yeah, I could see that. The only thing I would say is I think she's actually genuinely like entertained by the love story. I
But
think that's a thing. Don't be wrong. I think she probably was snuffing out to see, like, specifically if they are enchanted by her. She's been asking that question for a very long time, even like before TBV. But even in TBV, she asked it multiple times. I think this right here could have possibly been like another experiment. But I do think she's genuinely interested in a love triangle.
Mm.
yeah, go ahead, Black.
Oh, you gave your rating already? Free?
No, I was just wanting to say something to Bar.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't got no problems with the chapter. It's a lore heavy chapter. I like a lot of the elements that Bauer brought up. Basically, all of the elements that Bauer brought up are, some of the major talking points and key highlight moments of the chapter. Overall, I can't find no problems for me to like not give it like a 10 out of 10. The things I don't like about it necessarily deal more so with like, the characters in the story as opposed to like the actual content of the story. So I say it's a 10 out of 10, but I still think next chapter will be better. So there's that to look forward to because there's a whole lot of setup in this chapter, a couple of answered questions, the meeting with Shikamaru and the elders. A lot of good stuff, a lot of good development in this chapter. So for sure a 10 out of 10. And yeah, I think the setup for two major characters for Daemon and Mamushi is something that Ikimoto is hinting at. So that's the real thing I think we should be keeping our eye out for. But overall, I say a 10 out of 10 for sure.
Yeah, me too. And I like how they like brought in like the sneak peek chapter or sneak peek panel, and it was a Nojin. And me, I was like, why Nojin as a sneak peek panel? And we got some type of payoff for that, where Kashin Koji and them took him so he can use the mind transfer jutsu. So he was way more important than I expected. And then I don't know if you guys brought this up, but the back and forth between Kashin Koji
Oh
and
yeah,
Boruto.
Boruto. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Black were talking about this as well. Yeah, the back and forth with Kashin Koji and Boruto. So I mean, I was saying a long time ago, I don't think that Kashin Koji and Boruto is going to be working together for too much longer.
Yeah. Kasha Koji basically told Boruto like all that big homie shit work for little niggas. He's not a little nigga.
Yeah, basically. Shout out to Mace.
Put some respect on it.
For a fact. But nah, I'd say they'd still I think they are gonna be working together. It's just that we can't necessarily expect everything to be kumbaya between them two. And to be honest, I think Enojin seeing them two like kind of feuding is probably even better for Enojin to like trust them because it seems like they're not all like having, because they both aren't like conspiring on some big things. Like they themselves don't really trust each other in itself.
Yeah. I think a lot of the overarching issue within the story of the chapter is like people are trying to, it's like certain people are reacting to like the bigger problem abroad, and those who aren't like addressing the issue, it's understandable because we're in a world right now where Naruto is perceived dead, and Naruto, his accomplishments, his clout, his name, bro, like I can't fault anybody for just like having that be the priority, but at the same time, like the proof is in the pudding, man. If the world is falling apart before your eyes, the world is falling apart before your eyes. Fuck all that Naruto shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so seeing how reactions like, like you brought up, like with Inojin and being brought in on the side with Kasha, Koji, and Boruto, and seeing how he acknowledges, oh yeah, this is some criminal stuff, but I was in a confrontation with Jura, so I know exactly how dangerous the person everybody right now should be focused on defeating is, as opposed to like the fact that, yeah, man, you're the perceived criminal we've been chasing. We need to figure out what's going on with you, but like I said, bro, the proof is in the pudding, and people just take, it's nothing wrong with updating your opinion with new information, and the perfect example of that, even better than Inojin in this chapter is even with Konohamaru. He was the one who led the interrogation last time on Boruto, and now he's like, I ain't gonna lie, chat, the nigga might be on something. Maybe we should just hear him out, So I think little things like that are some of the key moments that, important figures are overlooking, which is causing people like Shikamaru to be in the certain situations that we find them in this chapter. So
yeah, for a fact. And to be honest, I don't necessarily mind like the higher ups, or what they call, I forgot what they called them.
elders.
The feudal lords.
Whatever they're called. I have no idea. I
The
don't even know how to
feudal
pronounce
lords.
it or whatever
Not
it's
the
called.
elders. The feudal lord wasn't in the chapter.
Oh, the Daimon.
Yeah, the daimyo, that's the feudal lord. It's just the Japanese terminology.
But it was like his assistant that was there.
Yeah, that was his lead assistant, and then the elders of the village, them old people.
Sleepy ass looking at it.
I don't even fucking get into
But no,
that.
I'm saying I don't necessarily mind them still like disliking Boruto, because I feel like a couple pods ago we were thinking like it feels like everybody's about to just like kill him with Boruto, and the internal Kawaki wants to figure out that he didn't actually kill Lokage. So it feels like the elders and like maybe the feudal lord and his assistant are probably like the only couple people that are still like fully bought in, or the only important people, I should say. We understand that citizens might be a little bit different, but like important people that are still like full on like F Boruto, we're riding on Kawaki type of thing. What I will say though is like, and you Black Uchiha just hinted at this, experience changes everything. Like this is something that Ada talked about when Sarada asked how to reverse omnipotence. She said the only thing you can do right now is just create brand new memories. And what Boruto did for Konohamaru is that he created a brand new memory. He's not necessarily remembering him as the person who actually killed Naruto. He's remembering him as a person who essentially saved his life. Like we talked about how Konohamaru did some BS. Don't even bring that. I don't even want to talk about that again. But regardless, I think one of the things that Boruto could possibly do to like change. Say that again.
Konohamaru Saber.
Konohamaru's what?
Continue, Bob. Continue with your point, Bob.
The savior of Konoha.
Yeah. One of the only things that I think Boruto could actually do to like change their mind is have like something disastrous happen to the Hidden Leaf Village, where it's like it's about to be destroyed, or not even that. But let's go with this example first. That happens and Boruto saves the village, or the elders and I guess the feudal lord knows the shinobi want a specific thing and a specific goal to be accomplished, and Boruto very publicly like stops that goal from being accomplished. I think that's probably like the only two things that I've really like get them to like understand like, nah, Boruto isn't actually the guy. And also the outside possibility of just everybody now believing that Naruto isn't actually dead, so Boruto couldn't possibly be the person who actually killed him.
I mean, so I'll say firstly, yeah, Naruto's like just announcing or confirming that he's alive, that will solve a lot of the confusion. Not even just about the life swap, just in general, like the politic confusion going on right now. And I feel like that should be the focus, not Boruto more so trying to get his life back, but him having to confirm with the villagers, like, yo, Naruto is alive. Don't worry about nothing else. Just know this dude is alive, and he's alive and kicking. But I'm you bring up some good points when it comes to the me. But the main thing that really just it's just not. It's like, I guess we can see how the interrogation goes and how, what I'm saying, what's his name, Lord Kubo, how he views all of the explanations, because they're going to be questioning everybody that came across Boruto, that had contact with Boruto, and any type of information with Boruto. But like, yeah, just updating your intel and just knowing like literally what's going on in front of you. I mean, not in a literal sense where like the world is crumbling before our eyes, but like the proof has been shown that these are Ten Tails level entities, and Boruto has showcased the capabilities of dealing with such entities time and time again. They're an endless report. So I think they should start focusing on a lot of the facts, and it's not much else they can do without just at least confirming that Naruto's alive. So there's nothing really else they can do but go down this route, of criminalizing Boruto, But I feel like if they really tap into their ninja senses and understanding, they should be able to lock in. But it's I never really thought this type of direction for the story, because it's interesting that they brought it up, like the actual possibility of them just cutting off the village completely and just dropping them from the land of fire. So because he said it might be more serious than a budget cut, so either just simply replacing Shikamaru as Hokage, or them actually, because he said is the topic of discussion of ninja villages even being a necessity has been brought up recently. I'm like, well, who the freak is going to be your military might for the land of fire if y'all want to fire all of the ninjas, So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, this is crazy. I have no idea. First, Freedom, did you give it a rating? I don't want to start a whole conversation.
Oh no, I mean my rating is a 10 out of 10. I don't have no qualms.
I respect it. I respect it. But so they talked about like the potential end of the Shinobi race. Like, y'all think this was what Kawaki was talking about? How like the Shinobi race is
Ooh.
done?
I believe this might be an angle that Kawaki can decide to go. It might be something he never thought could happen, like literally, because in Kawaki's eyes, the Hokage, i.e. Naruto, is top dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the
Right.
reality of the situation is the elders, and then even above them, the daimyo, the feudal lord, calls all of the shots. And if Kawaki's goal is, it's not hard for me to see, like, since Kawaki's goal is to essentially, I guess destroy the ninja system, he can push or side with the feudal lord to the extent of like voting for the dismissal of the Hidden Leaf Village, at least for the Land of Fire. Because I'm not saying like the Hidden Mist Village and the Hidden Cloud Village, they're gonna get dropped by their feudal lords, but the fact that we've been seeing all of this go down with the Land of Fire, and they've constantly been bringing this topic up, and they actually brought up the idea of not needing a ninja village, it's like, well, damn, they might actually go down the right of just dropping the village in general. It might go back to how, like, when Hashirama first started the village, they have nothing but the Hokage and the money that they can make on their own, you know?
Yeah, or they can use like Kawaki as a weapon of mass destruction.
That's true.
Use them as a tail beast.
Yeah, basically, because they are old as hell. Who are they going to fight? Like,
Yeah, they don't got too much ops. The only thing is they need like a good defense, because like you might
Kawaki.
say, hey, they might need they just need defense, like for the assets that they have, like because you assume most of the Hidden Leaf Village resources are essentially their resources, so you
Right.
can't just have it like out in the
Yeah,
open with nothing defending it.
yeah. But then that's where I think it gets political, because the Hidden Leaf, low key, has become ever since Kakashi and Naruto took over. You know what I'm saying? In the technical era and stuff, the Hidden Leaf became the capital of the Land of Fire because it's the most successful village and it's ninja village, which isn't usually the case of your village being both of those things in your land. So they might have to, I don't know, go into like some type of equity dispute, because it's like, well, yeah, the Hidden Leaf is responsible for probably a lot of the trade with the Thunder Train, a lot of the marketing and promotional and building a new city above the Hokage Stones. But also, it's like, well, damn, the feudal lord probably funded 60, 70% of that. So how much of that will be shut down in production? How much of that will be allowed to continue? It's like they could do real like political damage right now, and it's crazy because all of this is unfolding, and it's like simply just revealing Naruto is alive. You don't even gotta switch your lives back, bro. Just be like, yeah, Naruto is alive, my nigga. This will solve like this entire side of the problem, you know?
Yeah. Hey, we got a super chat. Antonio Bookman. He said, I didn't get to say this last spot. Obito was an orphan and looked at his team as his family. He would get Mangekyo if any one of them have died.
Shout out Antonio, man. Appreciate the don't know.
Bro.
Yeah. Shout out Antonio. I don't want to rehash the whole entire argument because we never came to a legit understanding.
I came to a legit understanding, but I agree though. Yeah, it's a good point you brought up. If we swing around to the Obito topic, we could bring it back up again.
Yeah.
Fact.
We thank you for the donation.
Yeah, I'd say we came to an understanding, but not about what my guy donated. Because I disagree with that.
Wait, why?
Oh my gosh!
Just 5 minutes. Why? Why you disagree? He donated $5, so give him some.
Yeah.
Why you disagree, Bar?
Crickets. All right, so Byra is kind of contemplate on why he would even disagree on the Obito topic. We gonna swing back to that, but I mean shit. I agree with Antonio. So yeah, I was the one arguing. He gonna get the Mangekyo for any one of them dying.
But my bad, my mic plugged out. My bad.
Okay.
Plugged out right as y'all was asking me to talk too. Just crazy. No, my point essentially is that I don't necessarily think that I don't believe that he had as strong as feelings for everyone else in that team as he did for her Rin. That's her name. Yeah, I don't believe that's the case. And even if hypothetically he did view them as his family, that in itself doesn't necessarily guarantee that he'd unlock his Mangekyo Sharingan. It's not necessarily just seeing a family member die. If that was the case, damn near everybody in Uchiha would have Mangekyo Sharingan.
Yeah.
It's stronger than just family, which I believe he felt for Rin.
Yeah. That's pretty much the sum of the point you had last time, which I agree and kind of disagree with, but I agree with most of it. Like, it's not literally just like, oh, you watch a family die, you're awakening. But
they do say Uchiha's love like on another level, like they love deeply. So you can't just say that if Kakashi didn't die, then Obito wouldn't unlock his Mangekyo.
No, I get that, but I'm comparing Obito to other Uchihas. When other Uchihas family members die, they don't automatically unlock a Mangekyo Sharingan.
You don't know that though. You don't know that though.
That's true.
A lot of them.
Madara said people were endlessly trying to unlock the Mangekyo, by killing them, but it's not always like a given. You gotta unlock your Mangekyo just by killing your best friend or the one you care about. So,
yeah, you gotta have.
It all goes into the manipulation with the dickhead Black Zetsu. He's the one who really confused the Uchihas, the audience, and Kishimoto himself. So you feel me?
Oh, he manipulated song tablets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, horror back. So I guess that's solid 5 minutes, or maybe that was probably like a solid 3 minutes. But
hey, one more from Randy Willis. What if the elders are the missing Otsutsuki?
I'm fuming. It's steam coming out of my chimney. Pause. I ain't rocking with it. I don't want to see them no more. I'm sick of them. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
90% of me thinks like that's ridiculous. But there's 10%. There's 10%. They talked about how Momoshiki specifically asked like the question like, how many times do you think Otsutsuki members like altered the past? And you feel me, like, or altered reality, not just the past, altered reality. It wouldn't be crazy if the elders are just like Otsutsuki members controlling the strongest like shinobi village on the Shinobi world. It wouldn't be crazy. Not only that, they did talk about the fact that there were 16 space curvatures in this dimension. We didn't really find out what that is, but it does mean that the Otsutsuki clan have like an interest in this dimension. So like I wouldn't. There's 10% that
I
I would
think that
say
was
is
Them
possible.
old
Naruto and
ass niggas, bro.
Sasuke.
Them old
Hmm?
ass niggas, bro. They
I
should
think
have
it was
told me.
Naruto and Sasuke.
The space curvatures.
Yeah.
How much is it now with Kawaki and Boruto running around?
Shit. Who
Shit at
knows?
like 32.
28.
This shit hitting the high 20s, boy. It's a
But
high.
I mean, that'd be interesting though. That'd be like a major retcon because they've been around for like mad long. So I mean, I don't know how they would fit that into like the Naruto story, but they are old as shit. So Randy, maybe you onto something, bro.
Bro, she can't even open her left eye, bro. I'm not even trying to hit it. I appreciate the
Bro,
no. It's more so not even about the question. It's about them generally as characters. She can't even open her left freaking eye, bro. Like I'm sick
gang.
of seeing them. Like I've been sick of them since the pain arc, bro. And I'm sick of them now. And it's crazy that I still got to deal with this, bro. Like I'm gonna say it now. I genuinely think I hate them more than I hate Metal Lee. It's like it's that deep. So I need them to go.
No,
Hey, chill on Metal League, bro. Chill.
the thing is, I feel like they're just disconnected from the whole entire scene, so they're like the last people to get updates. Like, for example, I feel like they were probably like the last people to say Boruto is like a kill on sight type of guy. After they realized that Boruto killed the Hokage, just because the information got to them, at least they want to go through a full investigation. They're just disconnected from the actual on ground problems. So like I could understand them lagging behind some of the actual intel right now.
Idiots, bro. We need to
Who
vote
falls up?
elders, bro. Like they didn't. I don't even know why they respected as elders. Like they mission not even that important to half of the shit. Kakashi, Naruto, Sakura, and them. They like we need to find some new elders to overtake their positions. Like why are we taking their word as bond, bro? I
Bro,
don't even know why. And if it's the feudal lord, bro, he's a dickhead. Cause why is these old people out here, bro? And you know what? I'll say this is a fault on Naruto. Naruto, throughout your run as Hokage, you should have been fired these two old farts, bro. I
I
don't
don't
know
think
why
he
they
I don't
still
has
think he
the
has the
keep
word
power
to.
to do that.
bullshitting,
I don't
bro.
think he has the power.
Man,
But I would say though that Tsunade, she put them both in the chokehold.
man, look, if any Hokage had power to fire an elder, I'll tell you it's the nigga that saved the world 3 times. I'll tell you that, like
Uh,
Naruto, like, bro. First of all, even up and coming in his heyday, bro, they was trying to off him. Like they was really on, bro. They should have died with Donzo, bro. The fact that they was colluding with Donzo should have been exposed, and they should be arrested. They're criminals. They're the real criminals, bro. They're the real criminals. That's crazy. Go ahead. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, they're criminals, bro.
yeah, not. I look at it. I look at it like they're NFL players or even NBA players, and the elders are like the owners. You feel me? Or they're like the higher ups, even like probably higher than GMs. Like for example, Michael Jordan. You'd think that maybe he has the power to get like a GM fired. Bro, he retired because they made his coach leave. Like the greatest player of all time retired because he didn't get his way. Like I kind of see it like that with Naruto. Like even though Naruto is this great guy, I don't think they just say, "All right, we're gonna take his word and just like X out the elders." Like, I don't think so.
Nah, bro. Because it's like if they so adamant on killing Boruto because of the death of Naruto, and it's because of who Naruto is, it's like, bro, Naruto. I feel like, man, he had enough clout. Like you talking about the god of Shinobi. You had two Shinobi get called like the god of Shinobi, and then in Naruto's time, he surpassed all of that. Like these niggas view him as like my whole thing is like his reputation should be so renowned. Even if Boruto just came back randomly and uttered like Naruto's alive, I would take the hook. I would take the bait. Like they not even trying to hear none of that, which is kind of crazy to me because I feel like they always wanted Naruto dead, and this is like their opportunity. So now they just need to kill Boruto because they feel like it don't make sense. But if they kill Boruto, they don't have to care about it making sense. That's what I'm accepting that as my truth and my reality. Maybe it's omnipotence hitting me, but these old
Now,
niggas got to go, bro. Because I feel like they plotting and they really been scheming and they've been waiting for Naruto to slip up, bro.
now I just feel like an elder apologist. No one came to them and let them know, or even whispered like, "Yo, Naruto might still be alive." Like no one brought that possibility.
Boruto did in the interrogation, and then of course the old lady was the one who shut it down. She was like, "Is this some kind of joke?" Understandable. You're not gonna listen to the traitor, the one who is accusing, but no questions asked, all bars off the wall, knowing that the guy that you're quote unquote trying to avenge has a history and track record of talking niggas down in conflicts and confrontation. So you don't think the man accused of killing that man could simply like, if he is trying to simply talk with y'all not trying to like, they missed the whole plot of the nigga they trying to avenge. Like it's like they don't even understand the guy they followed all these years.
But
Nah,
you also gotta like understand that they think he's Kawaki. And ever since Naruto brought him into the village, he was like a nuisance. They wanted him out. So that's could be the reason why they're treating him like that still, even
I'm
though
thinking of Boruto as Kawaki. I would be defending Kawaki this hard if they didn't even like if shit didn't make sense and their lives never swapped, but we still got the same circumstance. My whole thing is it don't make sense if you're not gonna try to at least consider or consult. That's like complete shutout is like 100-0. Like if they was 80-20 on trying to listen to Boruto, 80 on killing him, I got no problems with it. But these niggas are not trying to listen, and they're making a problem worse by having that mindset.
if somebody unalive the president, do you think they on hear the guy out?
hell no,
If
hell
a nigga
no.
came back and said, "Bro, the president is alive," like if we living in a world where fake out deaths is a thing and people come back, I might want to hear what the nigga got to say, especially if the last 3 missions, not only did you defend our village twice, but you saved like 3 of our top ninjas
Mm-hmm.
in a life or death battle. And on top of that, we saw you almost bleed out and almost die on our territory, but we decided to heal you. So I don't get it, bro. I don't like it don't think, and
Here's what.
I'm hoping that Lord Kubo makes sense of all of this during his interrogation, because I'm all of this gripe is solely on the elders and their dickhead ways. I understand that the feudal lord comes in, he gets the information, and then he makes the calls. That's that. So the fact that his personal assistant is running this interrogation now, maybe that will add more insight, and maybe they can use some actual sense in this current case.
Here's how I look at it. I look at it as if Itachi were to come back to Hidden Leaf Village and try to discuss things with like the third Hokage. Like it's not, all due respect, the third Hokage don't even really like the Uchihas like that. Like he not really about to hear no explanations
That's
about
the
it.
thing,
Nah,
though.
the third
Like that's
Hokage, him and Itachi, they like was working together.
But even with that, the
Oh,
reason I wouldn't even
pissed
say is
off.
that is because I'm pretty sure they had to spend at least the next week cleaning out Uchiha dead bodies out of that compound. They knew the crime was done. Niggas got word of mouth Naruto is dead, and they took it as bond. Now you got word of mouth Naruto is alive, and they trying to deny it. That's fishy to me. I don't know.
Yeah, word of mouth and then like
That's
evidence
fishy to me,
is
bro.
two
That's
different
fishy to me.
things. So, but
But
like
the
they don't
word
have
is
no evidence though that he's alive.
And they didn't have no
not.
evidence he was dead. They said Ada said he's dead. Okay, cool. And
Ada is
that's
a
why I say
viable
maybe we should
source.
wait until the interrogation, because right now Boruto's the only one who said anything about Naruto being alive, and they shut that down. Understandable. I ain't gonna listen to a killer either. However, we're not playing the blame game here, and I'm not trying to point fingers, but it's been 2 chapters and Sumire been sitting on this damn information that Naruto is alive, right? Because she saw the footage with Kawaki, and ain't nobody hearing about it, but we hearing about their feelings for Boruto, which is another topic we can get into later. But I'm like, there's so many ways they can go about it. But for them to completely like shut it out without the lack of evidence on both sides is crazy to me. It's like they're acting like they have solid proof, like they got Naruto's bloody battled suit engraved on the ninja wall and his bones engraved buried next to Hinata's, when they got none of that. Just confirmation from Shikamaru 3 years ago, who asked Ada.
I'm gonna stop defending the elders because it is becoming increasingly hard. What I will say is the word has to come from someone other than Boruto.
Yeah, it has to, which is why it's like that's understandable, and it has to be heard by someone other than the elders. I think so. I think that's why Ikimoto's doing this interrogation, and I'm looking forward to people like 3 specific people: Amato, Kawaki, and Sumire. Like I want to see, like we're gonna see their true nature. Well, I don't expect much from Amato because he's been a snake, but like with Kawaki and Sumire, we got to see, because now that we understand Kawaki is actively in agreement with aligning with Boruto, does he still let the village actively hunt Boruto, or does he try to somehow, calm those storms a little bit, however much he can, because he still holds the clout of being Naruto's son. So they're going to take his word for something regardless. So it's not on some, oh, he's actually Naruto's son, but more so he can say like, hey, I agreed to work with him for now, and he actually helped me stop the top dog, which allowed us to finish off completing the last mission. A lot of these things can be said. So that's something I'm looking forward to in the interrogation.
So you think they're interrogating? Well, give me the interrogation lineup. We know what's called Konohamaru is getting interrogated as we speak. Shikamaru is likely getting interrogated
Next. Yeah, if he's gonna be asking around people, just word of mouth is gonna spread that, oh yeah, the last 3 years Sumire and Sarada have been spouting this nonsense as well. You know what I'm saying? So they're definitely gonna be in the lineup. And I think Kawaki will be in the lineup, or he might insert himself. I don't think Amato will be called in, which is why I say I'm not expecting much. But if he is called in, it will be interesting to see how he answers. But for sure, after Konohamaru, we got Shikamaru, Sarada, Sumire. They're definitely being questioned. And we'll see from there. And it's going to be interesting to see how, how Lord Kubo takes this type of information and how he decides to run with it. Like, Shikamaru has an easy backdoor way to really salvage a lot of this shit, but he's not using it. And I think Ikimoto is holding off on that, maybe because the whole blow up with the cliffhanger. But Shikamaru has it in his back door the entire time to be like, hey, y'all, Sarada and Sumire are immune to Ada, you feel me? And I've been having them on this secret mission ever since the last 3 years to just play that role and stay under wraps. It's like, it got to be some nigga in the village to say, wait, if they're immune to Ada, they've been the only ones spouting this nonsense the last 3 years. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody got to click it. I'm not saying it's that obvious, but like some fucking body got to notice that, bro.
Does Shikamaru even notice that? I don't think he connected the dots.
I mean, that's the thing. He's the only one sitting on this information because he's the only one who knows. So if he reveals this, like that opens up a lot. Like him revealing their immunity and Kawaki revealing Naruto's safety are 2 important things to stop the infighting. If those 2 things aren't addressed, I don't see why this doesn't turn into a civil war with people who think like Konohamaru, who's like, well, Boruto did kind of help, and people who are thinking like the elders, possibly even Ino, who like stopped helping Shikamaru way back last year and stuff like that. So like, if these 2 things aren't addressed with the immunity and Naruto's current status, Naruto and Hinata, I don't see why this doesn't turn into a civil war.
It probably could. The only thing I would say, or the only thing I'm thinking about right now, is that Shikamaru himself never really put those 2 together. And to be honest, I think that would be a way better reason to believe what Boruto's saying right now than like him just believing Boruto just off free will. They explained it like he's just believing Boruto because he believes him, not because of any sort of rational like thought. I don't know, but that would be a great reason to believe Boruto.
Because so like they can do the immunity thing. That's a good way to help Shikamaru keep his job. So I'm thinking he's keeping that for his interrogation, and because I don't think Sarada. I don't know. It depends if Konohamaru snitch and be like, "Hey, the last 3 years, Sarada been talking about some Boruto's innocent," then maybe Sarada might get interrogated next. But I think Shikamaru might be next up, and if he's next up, he might be able to reveal that I've had them on the secret mission and they've been immune. And if Lord Kubo doesn't put two and two together, everybody needs to get fired and wrap it up. Everybody pack the whole entire office.
Yeah, my thing was if Ibiki is like conducting an interrogation, everyone's cooked, right? Why are they not using Ibiki?
They're not trying to hurt. That's the thing. It's like we're in a civil war. So now that we got to go to these extreme measures with our own, it's like, how do we even go about these with the protocol? It's like when Sai was arresting Konohamaru, he was like, apprehend him. You know, he tried to make it sound they arresting the nigga. And they about to go put under the cell for waiting. They questioning. You know, it's like, come on.
Yeah,
I would imagine kind of like maybe even this how it would have been like in our history when like the actual civil war in America, where like you got actual people who are fighting alongside each other on a day-to-day basis, and then randomly, all because of a division amongst higher ups, amongst politics, like all of a sudden, one A is fighting one B, and your next door neighbor is the op. It's like that. So I don't know if they like want to go to extreme measures or just automatically bring out a Ibiki, like, yeah, go torture our temporary Hokage Shikamaru. Some of our top ninjas and Himawari and Kawaki and Sarada. I don't think they want to do that.
Yeah, the torturing aspect probably not. I was more thinking of mind reading. He got like a couple of ways, but how do you think they're going to do the interrogation? Just like an interview?
I mean, if he wants to act, I think. I mean, it might be going back to like him losing trust in the village itself. So if he's gonna do this personally, he said he's gonna do it personally. I feel like he's just gonna ask like everybody who came into contact with Boruto, what was that like? What did y'all talk about? What information was revealed, and what information was revealed to you? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I really do hope we spend next chapter like seeing people get interrogated, and also building off the cliffhanger whenever we get to that later on in the pod. But like obviously building off the cliffhanger with Sarada and Daemon and them. But I really want to see how the interrogation plays out. But
You think anybody gonna pull the young thug and try to spin him?
On who? Oh,
What you mean? You try to spin the I forgot who's doing the interrogation again.
Lord Kubo.
Yeah, you think anybody gonna try to spin Lord Kuba?
I don't know. It would be it depends. Who do you think? Like, because right now we know for sure he's questioning Konohamaru. That's this first person. So,
that's who I believe would pull a young thug, try to spin someone, and then end up giving more intel than he should have.
That's what I'm saying. Like him, like revealing, hey, Boruto low-key help. He might end up making it worse by bringing up Sarada has been immune the last 3 years before Shikamaru mentions that. So like if Konohamaru, it really depends on what Konohamaru say, because if he slips up and mentions Sarada and Sumere's, what I'm saying, fighting for Boruto over the last 3 years, they're automatically going to get questioned. Everything they say at that point can either become invalid or questionable off the rip. So then anything that comes after is like, well, how convenient. We already been suspecting you, Shikamaru. Now all of a sudden they're immune to Ada. Like, come on, So it's dangerous for how much longer he holds on to the information.
Yeah, true. In interrogation, I believe there's a good chance he does tell him no. There's a good chance. It feels like he's giving information, but like in the best way he can.
Yeah.
Like he said, I got intel from a source that I don't even know if it's true, but I use my intuition to just act upon that intel. Like stuff like he's giving the real story, but with not all the details. Yeah. And I feel like that is something that he could probably give without it being. It is dangerous, but not like, hey, omnipotence is real kind of dangerous.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah, you're right though. It's intriguing, and you know what also kind of grinds my gears about this too. It's like the fact that Homura's conclusion in all of this is that Boruto is colliding with the Shinju in order to break Konoha from the inside out. I don't know if it's been clear to me, guys. Boruto or the Shinju could have destroyed the village at any point if they wanted. Within the last 25 chapters, right? Granted, exceptions of understanding Kawaki is power of Sarada, Daemon, but it's been pretty like well stated how strong Boruto and these Shinju are, and also the fact that every time we see one, they're trying to kill the other. You know, but for some reason they got now we're so important. Understanding your importance came from Naruto and Sasuke, but now we're so important that Boruto's doing all of this to get revenge on us. And it's like he could have just fucking Rasengan Uzuhiko the place if he wanted to in chapter 1.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like let's be honest, like we could Pan could pull up and try to do the same thing he did, and the Hidden Leaf Village might be destroyed. I don't
Literally.
think that's wait till Mike got out the village, or in this case, wait till Kawaki out the village, and you just pull up. What's the problem?
Yeah. It's like he's not trying to do all of this secret stuff. And I get like because it was back in the chapter when Jura first pulled up. Kawaki, the one who brought that up on the Communicom, he was like, Boruto might be working with the Shinju. And I get people have that information. They don't know what else to do. Like, that's the information they got. So that's been the rumor within the village. So I understand where it came from, but it's like, make it make sense, chat. Make it make sense.
We was talking about who we think could probably break under interrogation, or we said pull a Young Thug, but who I think could probably break. We never mentioned this name, but Mitsuki. I think Mitsuki's likely gonna get interrogated. And I don't know if he does the best under interrogation. Like I don't know. We've never seen him be questioned.
I don't know. I don't think he would break though. I think Mitsuki, he's solid, bro. I ain't gonna cap. Mitsuki's too like he's too inorganic for him to break. He might say something unorthodox to where it's like, yeah, let's just ask the next person. You
know. But that's what I mean. He's too organic. He might just say like the first thing that comes to his mind type of thing, where it's just like simple, like I communicate with Boruto.
He's like, yeah, I helped Boruto escape. I punched him in the cold with my stick. Nah, I don't think he's gonna do anything like that. Mitsuki's smart though. He's very what's that word? Stealthy especially when he wants to be. So I don't think he's gonna just flat out reveal it, bro. I think that so it's either one or two ways. They're gonna have a montage of like, yeah, they done interrogated damn near everybody in the village, and we're gonna find out off panel, like that's what he did, or we're gonna see him interrogate 2 to 3 people, and the information he gets from those 2 to 3 interviews is just enough of like, yeah, we don't need to ask nobody else anything. Like at this point, it don't matter.
Yeah, I can see that. I could probably see that.
So it's important. It really is important what Konohamaru decides to tell
him. So, the one thing I was kind of confused about, I want to see Kashin Koji give Shikamaru more instructions. Like there had to be more things he could tell Shikamaru to guide it in the best way possible. Where it's just like, yo, you're about to get interviewed. Good luck.
Literally. I mean, yeah, at least he prepped him for it. He was like, hey, bro. I mean, he told him like the worst case scenario is you're getting fired. Just make sure you don't get fired. Like he ain't say nothing about like they can interrogate you. Just don't lose your job, gang. Like work another day. We need that.
I need you, brother.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's more like if he reveals too much, like, hey, they're gonna say this, and this in the interrogation, and then they're gonna like Shikamaru already plays 3D chess on his own, so then he might start thinking of different ways with all of this new information he got, and then it's just gonna like mess up everything.
Yeah.
Now Kashin Koji don't know what timeline they on. He's like, well, damn, he gonna have to keep on asking for updates. Like, what's going on now?
True, it's possible. One of the things I'm thinking, this might be like a canon event that they have to go through for things to like kind of get better. Where it's like kind of similar to Sarada unlock the Mangekyo Sharingan. They were even like had an argument in this chapter, like how many people had to die for this to happen. And hey, we need to start unlock the Mangekyo Sharingan. It could be a certain situation where Shikamaru is going to say something where something good for the overall mission happens, and that's why he's not necessarily like telling him everything.
Right. Yeah.
That's one thing.
Yeah, I could see that too, and I think that's also it, where he's just like guiding him enough, where it's like, all right, now all you need to do is just do this last little bit, and he's just crossing his fingers, you know.
Yeah, I can see that. I won't be mad with that. Yeah. I'm super excited. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was saying I'm super excited to see how the interrogation process is going to play out. It all depends on how I think it's being carried out. If it's being carried out to the utmost and Iki, I forgot his name, how to pronounce that.
I think you said it right.
If Iki pulls up, I think it's curtains. But if I think it's really just an interview style, I don't think much is truly going to like sway like a lot of the characters. Again, the only people I can really see like trying to well, pulling some BS would be probably Konohamaru and maybe on the outside fringes, maybe Mitsuki. But like outside of that, like yeah, I think everybody else gonna stay solid if it's just a regular interview.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, some interesting ones would be well. Oh shit, I think we got a super chat about the interview. You want to pull that up for you? I just seen that.
Yeah, that's all I was gonna say. All right. So we got a super chat from Antonio Bookman. Thank you for the support. He said, "Don't forget Hima. She's definitely getting interrogated."
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, remember that time? I think I forgot which chapter it was. It was like one of the early chapters. She said she wants to help, or the reason why she's fighting is because she wants to get stronger to defend Boruto or help Boruto. Some BS like that.
Yeah.
And she's not even immune to omnipotence. Like, so she means Kawaki. Which is insane. Yeah, they gotta bring her in, bro. That was some other stuff.
He said they're gonna bring her into custody. Yeah, I think I could see Himawari being one of those interesting interrogations to go down to because niggas like her, like they gonna be like they honest, bro. Like she gonna be like, honestly, I want to help Boruto, guys. And if she goes in there saying like, I think Naruto's alive, bro, she just got discovered as the village's new Jinchuriki. Like they didn't even seal the nigga Kurama inside of her. Like they gotta take her word as something crazy too. Like the phenomenon that's just occurring around the Uzumaki family in general. Like anything they say should be taken as borderline gospel because it's like the girl just randomly awakened one day and now we got a new Kurama. It's like, okay, if she come in here talking about some Naruto's alive, she could pull some BS. She don't got to be telling the truth or not. At this point, who got to, you know? Like, I could sense him somehow through my Naruto.
Yeah.
She could pull some shit like that.
We need Kurama to set things straight, like with Hima.
Yeah, that's true too. And if he even has said things straight, like what would her mindset be? So it's a lot of interesting. I ain't gonna lie, I don't mind an interrogation chapter, all chapter next chapter.
Yeah, me neither. I had a question for you guys. Thanks again, Antonio, for the donation. Do you guys think it's a possibility that Sarada put a Genjutsu on Ada and Daemon?
Yeah, for sure. One of the things I was thinking about as soon as I seen the manga Sharingan pop up was obviously Kodo Matsukami. I skipped past the whole Tsukiyomi thing. Nah, that would be too. Damon and everybody will understand that. Kodo Matsukami would be more of like a thing where in the next chapter we'll figure out that Damon didn't actually grab their necks. It's really just what Damon thinks he did. And really, he's just under a Genjutsu. In next chapter, he really grabbed Ada's neck. Like stuff, I could see stuff like that happening with her Genjutsu. I think that's one of the only things that we don't fully know. Like, this could be a weakness for Damon. It could just be Genjutsu. It could be the fact that, hey, if you disrupt his chakra flow to his brain, all of his actual crazy abilities gets all messed up. He doesn't really know what to do. So Genjutsu, I think, is for sure possible.
That's actually crazy. I wouldn't mind it being a Genjutsu, but as wild as this sounds, I don't think it is a Genjutsu. And I think Damon just showcased his speed and power. And it was like Sarada. It might be revealed that she was trying to do something. Like we're gonna have to see, but like I think she activated it simply because she saw like, nah, he's moving. I can't keep up with him. Let me activate my Sharingan to see if I can keep up with those. Sharingan, you know. So I don't know, man. But it would be interesting if it's maybe a Genjutsu, like an OP or a special Genjutsu, or maybe like somehow linked to her left eye ability. And they're revealing it that way. That's a safe way. I'm leaning on the fact that Ada simply calls Damon off and everybody just powers down next chapter. But Genjutsu is crazy, and I wouldn't like. How am I going to argue against Sarada pulling that off against Damon? If she pulls that off against Damon, y'all don't want to hear me. So let's just hope she does it. Let's just say that.
If you'd asked me the most realistic situation, I think it's what Black Uchiha just discussed, where it's like the moment Damon moved or it seemed like he was taking a step, she activated her Monkey Sharingan. I think that was just out of a reaction type of thing. Like she was going to do that because she understands if she's going to actually fight against Damon or if he's actually a threat, she better have her Monkey Sharingan. I think this is a learning experience something I've pretty much talked heavily about with Sarada, but
yeah. So she activated it as soon as my guy took a step, man. So,
Mhm.
and it's cold because he's like, yeah, bro, you just tried to do something, man. I don't know if he's warning her, like, be careful about with your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Remember, if you think too crazy, it might bounce back at you. Or he's just like, listen, shorty, I know you just hype off of that last mission, all that power you just unleashed, but it don't mean nothing if you can't unleash it, you know, which is true. It don't mean nothing if you can't unleash it. So
Yeah, it's true. It's kind of interesting that he didn't talk about the actual potency of her ability. Like, when Cold got his limiters removed, it's like, so it's like, I want you to get your ability, so I could show you, like, it doesn't mean anything. With
yeah,
Sarah, it's like, I'm not gonna let you get the ability off, type of thing. It's like,
that's
I'm
why.
not gonna let you do it.
I did allude to the idea, like, is this a slight upscale with Damon possibly saying, like, hey, your ability active might be a problem for me, but
Yeah,
if you're not able to use it, it doesn't mean anything to me. Like, you can take it as him saying it like that as well. Like, well, hey, be careful now. That's a little dangerous thing you just tried to do, even for me.
yeah.
No, yeah, I look at it like that, to be honest. I mean, we talked about it before. I mean, first things first, we understand that Sarda is insanely overpowered. Like, we understand this. And to be honest, I don't necessarily mind it. But regardless, you could ask me. I think Ryu beats Code, an unlimited Code. So, like,
Oh yeah,
if that's the case, if we're going off those power scales, like, this makes sense.
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Ryu is mopping up Code easy. Yeah, Sarada's doing the same. She's dusting that man 4-0 sweep. Possibly
Yeah,
a gentleman's on a good day for Code, but yeah.
But
4-0
also,
sweep.
Damon's fighting style is interesting too. Like, the first thing he does is have his palms like land on other people. So, like, his what's it called, his abilities automatically active now.
Yeah.
That was one of his drawbacks, I believe. Even though I disagree with that, because we've seen him use his ability even when he wasn't touching other people. But they say he has to be touching other people for his ability to actually work.
I think
First
it's
thing he
with
did.
the touch, it's physical, but with the intent, it's like he doesn't have to touch people. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if an ability can be launched without any intent, it's still gonna fly towards him. Or if the intent wasn't initiated towards him, he's still in the line of sight. It's still gonna fly towards him. But if he's touching someone, it won't affect him. So, like with Kawaki, like with his blast, remember when Code pulled him out? When Code pulled out Damon, like the blast was still going towards Code and Damon, but once it landed, it just automatically landed on Kawaki. But with intent, like when Kawaki was sitting on the couch and Damon's sitting on the couch and he's just chilling, and Kawaki thought about slapping him, and then all of a sudden Kawaki got slapped, it's like, yeah. Or like when Damon first popped up and he's walking after he done beat up all these other people, and the dude he reaches for his axe, and all of a sudden his head falls off. It's like he thought about chopping his head off.
Well, I'm confused. So, which ability you said it's just the reflection that works once he's touching people?
I think no, I'm saying he reflects anything physically coming at him when he's touching people, but he reflects the intent and thoughts when you're like, I don't know if there's a condition. I think personally, when he's looking at you, he's reflecting all of your intents or thought, or possibly whenever you're looking at him, maybe. But we've only seen him reflect physical attacks when he's touching other people, but we've seen him reflect thoughts. And it's like the time when Kawaki thought about slapping him, and Boruto was like, what the hell was that? And Kawaki was like, I thought about pummeling him. And then all of a sudden, Kawaki got punched in the face, So he reflects intent. And then Amato, because when Amato first brings up the ability, he talks about reflecting physical attacks and Damon having to touch people. And then once they make it into the house where Ada and Damon pulls up, Amato also adds on, he's like, you can't. And that's the whole reason why Kawaki thought about it, because he was like, let me test it out. Because Amato added on, also, he was like, be careful what you think about him. He doesn't just reflect, physical attacks, but your thoughts and intentions as well. The stronger the intent to kill, like Ada said, the stronger the reflection.
Damn, this is crazy.
Yeah, bro. He got.
This is crazy.
So I take it as like, yeah, he got two separate abilities, and yeah, I don't know. They got to go more into it, bro. They really have to get some more explanations. Regardless,
what I would say though, isn't Sarada like invulnerable to her own Mangekyo Sharingan abilities? Like
invulnerable? What do you mean?
Like she wouldn't be affected by the gravity.
Yeah, I don't think like it wouldn't like devour her. Like she would just fly if she wants to fly. So yeah, she's invulnerable to it. So I think activating that gravity is something that probably would have immobilized Daemon, and he probably wanted to stop that because he knows there's no intent behind making him float, and then he could just be there possibly. So, but if she I feel like if she thought about, like, my whole thing is like, when he's walking up and then he activates her Sharingan and then she activates her Sharingan before he jumps and stuff, like, I feel like if she would have thought about using Ohirume at that moment, she would have got atomized, you know what I'm saying, by her own black hole, or like something would have happened to her if she would have thought about doing that to Daemon, as opposed to just thinking about activating gravity around everyone,
Yeah, it's possible. That's possible. The only thing I would say at this particular point, all due respect to Sarada, I think is likely done. The only thing that she could probably do right now is talk no jutsu.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, she's in a pickle right now, but like, it's Daemon. I feel like a lot of people got to realize we're not dealing with Mirai Sarutobi. It's not like Mirai popped up in the story and she just sunned Sarada out of it. Like, we're talking about the nigga who established himself as the strongest in the verse. So if she loses, it's no such thing as like any fraud allegations. Like, you losing to number 1 doesn't make you a fraud. But if you're like talking some being like number 3 and you lose to 17, hey, guess what? Those are fraud allegations, buddy. Because why are you losing to number 17 and you're number 3?
Yeah, I 100% agree. If Sarah loses that, you won't hear any slander out of me. Well, I'd say it depends on how she loses. If she pulls some Konohamaru stuff where Damon's damn near dead, and it's like, oh, maybe I feel sad for Daemon, I'm not gonna actually. Then she'll hear some slander from me. But most times, 9 times out of 10 in this situation, she's not hearing slander from me. She's not.
I'm mad that Sarada is gonna get slander for losing because it just equates to people downplaying Daemon, and I'm like, do we not understand that this is the strongest nigga outside right now?
Like, she not gonna lose.
And then it's also people like that, like what Free Game just said, who really thinks she's about to. I mean, and if she does, like
not
I said,
that she's not gonna
lose.
I don't think it's gonna be a fight.
I realistically, I don't think it's gonna be a fight. But I'm saying either or, like Daemon losing or Sarada losing, it just spells bad for either character. Like, if Daemon loses, everybody's gonna be like, now all of a sudden everybody's gonna be like, all of the hype, and people are gonna be like, he was supposed to be number 1. But if he wins, no one's gonna perceive him as being number 1. They're gonna be like, wow, Sarada lost to this little kid Daemon. It's like, do we not understand that he's number 1 though? Like, it's like, come on. What's going on?
Nah, yeah, it's like me before I started watching Dragon Ball Super, realizing that Zeno, you feel me, is like bullying Goku. It's like, are we really nerfing Goku? Like, what's going on here? Yeah, but so
Super Smash.
The
kid on Super Smash.
Oh no, I never played Super Smash.
No, that's my shit.
What? So, I guess looking into the future, what do you think the outcome of this scene right here is going to be?
Ada 6 her dog off of Sarada and Sumire. And I think we either get information on Sarada and Sumari's immunity, or we get some more insight on Ada and her stance, where she's like, basically, I suspected a long time now, but at this point, I might as well just address it. And her probably admit to the fact that she wants a real, actual, and genuine friendship with both Sarada and Sumire. I think it might be something as simple as that. And also, I can see like 50% of the fandom getting pissed off because that's all it's going to amount to. Like, oh, Ada just talking about her feelings.
Or maybe she could get mad at them for lying to her.
I don't think she's mad at them for lying to her, because, like, in a way, they always gave her what she wanted, which was an actual reaction, actual genuine responses, replies, and you know what I'm saying? But it's just that they've been lying for their own safety. It's like, yeah, bro, if she finds out, she might kill us. But at the same time, it's like all she really want is actual and true friendships,
Yeah. To be honest, I kind of agree with that 100%. I think the most realistic outcome I could probably see is that they explained to Ada the full situation, saying like, "Yo, we thought if we told you, you'd kill us," and then now, like, basically, the entire scene right now currently is basically proving that fear correct. I think Ada could probably see that and be like, "All right, yeah, I'll just chill." That's why I say talk no jutsu is Sarada's best case scenario in this particular scene. Best case.
Now, if they
But
actually do Genjutsu, how you feeling? I'm man, shit.
I'd be hyped. I'd be happy. Well, my stance is that Otsutsuki members can't be put under Genjutsu, and we understand that they're not Otsutsuki. So, like, it should be possible. I don't think anybody actually tried to put these cyborgs under Genjutsu.
That's true.
But they do have electronic eyes, though?
True.
Well, Amato got electronic
Like
eyes.
Amato. So
Kawaki at least, because Kawaki he can see video footage through the nigga.
yeah, so Kawaki's is electronic. So
Man,
you
they
can
put that nigga Kawaki under a
damn
good ass Genjutsu. Man, if I were to Genjutsu to mess out of Kawaki, bro, he ain't immune.
All due respect, because Sarada Genjutsu ain't doing Nathan or Kawaki.
Bro, she gonna look him one time in the eye, and he all of a sudden gonna see like 3 different chocolate takoyakis in his head, bro. That's all. All he gonna
The
see.
Otsutsuki gene gonna take over and be.
He gonna be in Naruto land and chocolate takoyakis on lollipop sticks in one hand and Naruto merchandise all dripped out, going on the roller coaster of the Nine-Tailed Fox.
Stop.
Yes, man.
Stop it. My thing though is with the I forgot, they're not even Shinju. What are they? With the cyborgs, they might have like technology eyes or the cybernetic eyes or whatever. But most of their stuff is still powered off of chakra. If you disrupt the chakra flow,
Yeah,
I think they're cooked.
yeah, overly cooked for sure. Yeah, Sarada's eyes are strong, and also I didn't know if y'all saw that thing I brought up to the chat. Like, it's a point that I low key forgot about when Madara brought up about Mangekyo Sharingan.
Oh yeah, throw it in the group chat.
Yeah, she has a straight pattern, so it's rarer and stronger than the curved pattern.
Throw it in the group chat.
Oh shit, bro! Hold on.
Give us a second.
It's a thread, bro. So I don't know. Can the whole thread go into the group chat?
Yeah, you might just try to copy and paste the tweet.
Yeah, I'm gonna copy. That's what I literally just did. I'm gonna send it.
Yeah, no idea.
But yeah, this is a good point that he brought up. Because yeah, she does. I mean, it's only her, Uzuna, Sasuke, and that's it who have true Choco Tomoes, and then Madara got a Choco after he got the EMS, and that's why we know about it because he was telling Sasuke about it.
Okay, hold on.
I mean, you could give me all the backstory about the Mangekyo Sharingan you want. I'm gonna just say Ikimoto got a soft spot in his heart for Sarada. That's the reason why she's as strong. Pretty much. That's it.
Nah, bro. I mean, they've been Uchiha fanboys since like the OG series. So like Ikimoto been there since Naruto Part 1. And we know like after Kurama, the Uchiha is like Kishimoto's favorite, favorite thing to dive into. He loves Kurama and he loves Uchiha. So
what does it say?
You I forget?
No. What did it? I'm sorry. What did it say? Like this?
Oh, the tweet.
Yeah.
Hold on, can you click it further or?
Yeah, hit the link.
I mean it's just like his own, like it's put into his own words about the Choco Tomoe.
Yeah, but it's basically what you just told us. So, yeah.
So like from the center of a Sharingan, from the center of a Mangekyo Sharingan, and to like basically the out. If it's a straight line, that means it's more pure and stronger as opposed to like curved patterns. So like the curved examples would be like Obito, Kakashi, Itachi, and Madara's original Mangekyo Sharingan, and then the straight ones are Sasuke, Sarada, Izuna, Uchiha, Madara's little brother, and then Madara after he absorbed Izuna's eye.
Mm-hmm. So what you think, Freaking? You think Sarada packing up Daemon?
He's
stand on it.
Yeah.
Stand on it.
He trash. He trash, bro. He trash. He hyped up. He hyped up. Yeah. I think Sarda's going to pack him up.
All right.
He's just overly confident. That's always a villain's downfall. Well, he's not the villain, but too cocky. Somebody gonna knock you down a couple pegs eventually.
He could be that stereotypical villain, or he could be Floyd Mayweather. You never know. Floyd was
I'm not gonna
openly
lie,
trying to
Jay.
get booked
I'm
to fight.
pretty sure Floyd Mayweather got his ass beat a couple times.
Nah,
Right
he's
now,
undefeated.
Sarada versus
Not in
Damon.
the
Right now,
ring. No, I'm not
I
talking
got
about in the
Damon. I
ring.
got
I'm talking
Damon
about
winning on
outside.
top. Damon's gonna win the fight, bro. I don't know what her left eye can do. So once they reveal all that, but everything I know, everything I can conclude, ass pull, out theorize, Damon's about to win this fight. He's gonna win this kerfuffle,
I don't
confrontation,
think it's
face
gonna be
off.
a fight.
It
But if
probably
it
won't be
ever
a fight.
is a fight, if there is a fight, we gonna bet on this.
Yeah. No, I'm saying if no, so what? Yeah, what I think is gonna happen. Ada's gonna call all of this off. Is gonna go down the emotional route, and then Damon's gonna fight Mamushi. But if Damon do fight Sarada, my vote is on Damon. Just to make
I
that
vote
clear.
so sorry.
Yeah.
Uh, what I would say though is like they are like emphasizing that left Mangekyo Sharingan though. Like even in
Yeah.
the scene where she activated both Mangekyo Sharingans, the left one is clearly close to the camera, and then the next panel all we really see is the left Mangekyo Sharingan after Damon jumps. It's like they're emphasizing that left Mangekyo Sharingan. Even like when Damon grabbed her neck in like the last panel, all we see is the left Mangekyo Sharingan. So if there is something that comes from the left Mangekyo Sharingan, like power wise, like they're emphasizing it in this chapter right here. So I can see it.
Yeah, I think they stopped it for a reason because it's gonna be some elite.
Yeah. And then she's already strong as is. It's not. It's like I don't mind if she is, but I don't need her to be like the strongest in the freaking verse. But like all of the things point towards like her Mangekyo being that overpowered. Not even just like the Choco Tomoe, that's just in the lore of the series. So yeah, that. But like Sasuke himself, like he sensed it, he saw it, and then he himself told Boruto, like, yeah, bro, Sarada's Mangekyo. Like, how would Sasuke even know to say this? Like, it's gonna be a great power in the future. Like, come on, bro. Like he says, like, yeah, bro, the chakra coming from this shorty's eyes right now, it's crazy. Let me go grab Boruto. Let me go scoop up Boruto real quick.
Yeah, true. The only thing is, I don't want it to be like a moderate situation where hey, he got his mind or he got his EMS, but we don't know like all the abilities that he could actually do, and we haven't really seen all the abilities. I want to get started his abilities in the forefront ASAP. Let
Yeah,
me know specifically all the hacks she got, and let's build off of that. When the manga gets sharp, when the EMS come out, then we can add in more abilities. When the Rinnegan pull up, then we add in more abilities. When that cybernetic Ren Sharingan whatever duo pops out, I want more abilities. That's what I want. I don't want to see that moderate stuff no more. All due respect.
more abilities. Yeah, yeah,
I need
yeah.
hacks.
Yeah, we're gonna because already the gravity thing is already like OD, bro. So like the left eye ability and then the potential like usage of her Susanoo, like if they give her a Susanoo, people have to understand it's automatically stronger than Sasuke's Susanoo. Because if it's not, why the fuck is she using the Susanoo in the first place? If Jigen level of power can punch through it, so if she's using the Susanoo, it's automatically passing Sasuke's Susanoo. So if they decide to utilize that, but I'm more so interested on her left eye ability and possibly seeing like what more her right eye can do. But yeah,
Yeah, her left eye ability, it's going to be broken because like I think she only used the right one because she knew that would be the perfect one to nullify Ryu.
yeah,
Like, but whatever the second one is, this shit has to be crazy. But Damon was able to spot it like point blank period. Like,
Well, here's another question. Do you think Damon knows, hypothetically, if she even has one, but do you think he knows what it is? Like how he kind of snuffed out Boruto's Uzuhiko?
who's
well,
he?
nah, I don't think he because
Yeah,
he said like whatever it is. He's like it doesn't matter if you can't use it. So I think it's more so just the report says that Sarada unlocked her Mangekyo on the last mission and dispatched of the enemy. So everybody just knows like, oh shit, she unlocked her eye.
Mm.
yeah, but he got to know like something about it at least.
Oh, shit, I just know he saw her eyes change color. He's like, did you just try to do something? That's enough. That's all he needed to see. He's like, fuck that.
Yeah, for a fact. To be honest, Ada probably filled him in on the last battle,
And
so he
yeah,
probably know.
yeah, Ada could see everything. So she's like, yeah, if
True,
she turned
true,
that nigga to an
true,
atom, Damon, be careful.
true, true, true.
Yeah, for a fact. I know it kind of jumping forward, but Mushi has basically said that he has weaknesses and strengths. What would you guys say his weaknesses if you guys were to predict one?
Damon. But
Damon.
realistically speaking, I mean, yeah, he's gonna get like we seen him when he fought against Boruto. I mean, I guess we didn't see all of his abilities, but he can get overpowered. You know what I'm saying?
True.
He's
True.
quick to bounce back. He's durable because he took that purple lightning strike from Boruto. We saw it did damage, and he bounced back like it was nothing, still going in for the swing. So, but like he can get overpowered, bro. I don't think he's going to be stronger or faster than Damon. Maybe he might be because Boruto he was strong enough to block him, but he still got forced back into the wall. But I don't know, bro. I still think like Hidari was stronger, and we know like it's obvious Boruto is stronger than Hidari. Like Hidari better have a fucking secret power up right now, sitting next to that black cube. He worried about the wrong thing. Sarada gonna pack him up, but like I don't know. I don't even think he's stronger than Hidari, but he might be. But he got some abilities, so I think it's a hacks type of hacks thing. Like Damon is hack,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Mamushi finna be hacks, but Damon's also strong. Mamushi's gonna be strong. So
I think it's more like hack space thing. Like I don't think he's going to be able to like brute force fight Damon, but I really think that he's going to be the first Shinju to devour Ada. Because like we got to at least see one. Like even in the Naruto series, you got to see like the Sage the Six Fives. Sorry, not to say Six Fives. The Jinchuriki. Fuck, I forgot the name of it. In the war arc, Obito,
before oh shit, before I black out.
The
Jubito,
statue?
Jubito, Jubito. You got to see Jubito.
All
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Like through the whole time I was watching it, I didn't think that he was going to be able to perfect it. But at one point in time, he was, even though it was incomplete. He was able to still accomplish his goal. So I want to see at least one Shinshu, whether it not be Mamushi, maybe it be Jura, but I do want to see at least what happens when they do devour their host.
Good point. Good point. I want to see that too. High key, because the way they talk about it is if they're gonna get all the stuff that the other that the I guess
Yeah,
what was it uh, the bait has. Yeah, I guess you could call it that. So, like for example, Mushi talks about how he wants all the superior genetics from Ada.
Yeah,
Like, is he really gonna get omnipotence? Like, I have no idea. I mean, and if he has like Otsutsuki
very
chakra, like,
genetics.
can he control omnipotence now?
that would
Like,
be OD, bro. If Mamushi gets the Senringan and omnipotence, bro, we gotta get him out of here, bro.
yeah, that's
Like
great.
that's
And to
too much
be honest,
power for Jura, bro. Fuck that.
You see him back during Jorah.
Yeah, I think that's why he wants this power for real. He
Hmm.
wants to evolve past Jura faster than Jura. And
it's
Jura
interesting.
showcased his strength and dominance already. So he's like,
So
yeah,
he,
I ain't gonna even try to compare.
so he can watch all the nudie magazines he wants.
Yeah,
He's trying to peep around the world without having to leave his room.
Oh,
man.
I sent
He
that shit
tripping,
to you. That shit was funny as hell.
Mm.
but nah, he is tripping, bro. He on that Diddy stuff. But the thing, I was going the opposite direction. I wouldn't rule out like Jura backdoor Mamushi. Like if he really finds out that the Sharingan is like this powerful, and I think Jura at this particular point, he probably knows, but he's not necessarily thinking how it could probably affect him and help him in his goals. I don't think it's out of the line for him to like just say like how he's talking about the chakra fruit. Like maybe what if I get the Sharingan? Like how would that affect me? Type of thing.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting. What? How do you feel? Because like I know you want the thing to end with these last three Shinju, but Mushi's statement like it can't be ignored. He said he believes that the Shinju as a species should thrive. So how do you take that? Like as in more? Because I would keep it a beam. Sarada, Boruto, Ada. Ada's one of my favorite characters. I don't want to see her devoured, so maybe I'm doing mental gymnastics to think of a way. But like, if these niggas really want to thrive as a species, like, is it crazy to see more Shinju, and then with these newer Shinju, see them devour their target, or is that like played out at that point? Ikimoto's washed.
I think at that point Ikimoto's washed. All due respect. The reason why I say that is because I predicted that this arc would be over in like chapter 24 and it's chapter 26, and let alone we're still here. Like the arc is still raging on. I
You mean
just
like
can't.
arc as in like no more Shinju in general?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
that's wild. That's
again,
wild. I don't
we're
know.
over 2
Yeah.
years into the Shinju arc, and I do consider like even like chapter 1 part of the Shinju arc because we're basically building towards Shinju. Like
They're
and
like
now to be honest,
they're like the
but
Kara, bro. They're gonna be here for the overarching part of the story. They're just here.
no, that's what I'm about to say. I can't really see the Shinju as like a Kada organization or an Akatsuki.
Okay.
That they might be that, and I might be looking at it wrong, but I didn't necessarily look at it as that at the beginning of TVB.
I think they're a stepping stone to a bigger threat.
I don't think they're in game, but the fact that the way it's like, when they, especially within this verse, how they introduce villains, like the way they introduce a villain, the villain's gonna be here like for the long game. So it's like the same way how they brought in Kara is like, okay, these are the villains, and we're gonna slowly learn more and more about their goal. Right now, we're still slowly learning more and more about the Shinju and where this evolution takes them and how they direct their, thoughts and processes. So all of these new things and ideas are being brought up. I don't think it's crazy for them to end it with these last three Shinju, but also it's like with these last three Shinju, who's gonna get to devour their target? No one. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if Ada's gonna get devoured. Sarada's not gonna get devoured, and Naruto's not gonna get devoured, or Himawari.
What if this 10 foil hat theory? What if Kawaki decides to merge with Jura? But he has all his he has all his thoughts and stuff like that. But with the power
like willingly he decides to do that.
Yeah,
he's an asshole. He's already an asshole. But that's like, why would you do that?
I can't necessarily see how would that even work. Like what is it called again? Logistically, how would that work logistically?
Like, does it go like? Does he like gourmet the nigga, saute fresh barbecue fry?
Yeah, like
just like he did Himawari.
I mean, Kawaki.
Just like
so if he
give up his body,
if Jura devours Kawaki, then I mean, I don't see that happening either. But that's like another problem for a day that I don't think anybody wants to see. Because
so
you're not stopping
it's like
that.
So it's like a Majin Vegeta type of thing.
Yeah.
My thing is, I think Kawaki wouldn't do that because it wouldn't really be Kawaki in control. Like when we see Ryu, we're not really seeing Shinki right there. It's like Shinki's body being controlled by a Shinju.
Right.
What if Kawaki gives Jura gives Kawaki full control?
Is that even possible? Like again, logistically, I wouldn't know how.
I mean, just like a tail beast, they are a tail beast, so they can have a Jinchuriki. So
he wants to eat. He wants to eat Kawaki. I don't see him giving up control to. And I think the idea that Momoshi presented is like intriguing, like to where Jura probably wasn't thinking long game, like beyond the Shinju who are in front of him. Whereas Momoshi's idea, like we can thrive as a species, Jura's like, well, okay, we could just replace all of these niggas. You're right, So I don't know. I don't think he would like give up control for Kawaki.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But just like humoring the idea, if it were to happen, it would be a situation where I'm gonna say what it would be and why I believe it would be more difficult, but it would be a certain situation where Kawaki would say, I want to seal Jura inside of me so I could take control of his body. It would be that kind of scenario. And to be honest, like if Kawaki gets to a point where he's that strong, it might not even be a question like to ask Jura, like, would you be my tail beast? Like he just do it. Like for example, most of the tail beasts that was sealed in the past, I don't think they wanted to. It was just they were forced to be sealed. Kawaki could potentially find a way to do that. Another way is Kawaki could like give Jura a carbon seal. Like that in itself might work. The reason why I'm skeptical of this is because Jura also has some chakra and I guess blood and iron from Code. It's like, how would that work? Because Code's not a tail beast at all.
I mean, when you think about it, though, there's no conventional way to even kill Jura. So somebody's gonna have to either like revert him back to like a mindless ten tails and absorb him, or like find a way to disperse all of his chakra and just seal it away. He has to get sealed or absorbed, regardless.
But that's where the karma seal possibility comes in. And I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
Like, could Kawaki like gain his power, like if he utilizes him as a vessel?
Honestly, that would, because like when we think about it, like honestly and truly, Karma Seal plus a Jogan, who the fuck is stopping that Boruto? So Kawaki is gonna have to get something else. So maybe a Jura absorption might level the playing field.
Or maybe it'll be like a creation of all things. Because I remember, I remember when they were saying like Sasuke reminded them of the Sage of Six Flags. So,
Was that it?
Creation of all things on like who's in though?
on Boruto's.
To use that jutsu, like what do you mean? Like
To split the Shinju into non-tail beasts.
oh,
Just
okay.
way more powerful.
If he learns, I mean, it would be interesting if his Jogan could probably pull something like that off. So,
Yeah,
but
true.
even if he does that though, then it's like maybe Kawaki is gonna have to find another way to simply get stronger on his own to match that type of level. But like getting rid of Jura, yeah. So if Kawaki absorbing him, maybe someone like Himawari absorbing the power, or like a creation, like creating a whole new. I don't think they're gonna create a whole new Tentos. It could be possible that they use creation of all things and maybe create like 3 new Shinju, like a new Hidari, a new Jura, and a new Mamushi, but they're all like good and based off a different chakra and shit like that. Like after returning Sasuke, Bug, and the original Tentos chakra. So like,
Yeah,
I don't find that crazy. Yeah, I don't think that's crazy.
that ability gets tricky because, like, hypothetically, let's say Boruto gets that ability throughout some sort of, hey, I implanted Shibai's DNA and hey, I'm part Otsutsuki, so I'm able to now utilize it. If he actually gets that ability, bro, I don't think there's ever going to be another villain ever. Like, he's essentially like Hagoromo. It's like, all right, like he's like the GOAT at that point.
Yeah.
Like in a situation like this is exactly what Black Uchiha just said. I could just make the Shinju good.
It's like, yeah, come out and just only crave cotton candy and peaches and rainbows, bro. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all you desire.
No, for a fact. For a fact.
Something that I don't. Because I was gonna try to divert the topic a little bit if we had.
Right.
All right.
I was gonna say, with Boruto, like, I get it. He's been like cold this chapter. He's been chilling. He's been on his vigilante vibes. But are y'all getting like a different type of vibe from his dialogue this chapter, especially after that Momoshiki conversation? Like, on some, like, I don't know. That was weird to me where Kashin Koji was just like, okay, Boruto, that deal with Momoshiki, how did it go? And Boruto just glanced over and he said, don't worry, I'm going to play my role. Like, what the fuck does that mean? You know what I'm saying? You know, and Kashin Koji, rightfully so, like, that's not a freaking answer, my guy. But it was like, what led Kashin Koji to even ask that? Did they plan something together for Boruto to collude with Momoshiki?
They had
Boruto's
to.
like, hey, don't worry, I'm still playing my part. Like, what's the whole
Yeah, they had to.
You know?
Yeah.
And then just Boruto, the way he's talking, like when he's explaining it, you know, it's like even TBV Boruto without the first 25 chapters, his dialogue was cold, blunt, but this one is like it kind of like it resembles more of Momoshiki than Boruto. Not enough though, but I say it resembles more and more. Like he's just chilling, hand on his cheek. He's like, there is nowhere for you to escape. Don't worry, it's not a threat. Even though he's threatening him, he's like, yeah, it's not a threat. You can't leave other than the way you came. Just answer these questions and we can go. You know, like I don't know.
I could see the influence, but I wouldn't necessarily look into it too much. Like the Kashin Koji and Boruto thing, I think that was bound to happen because I think this is the first time that we really got to see him face to face after Kashin Koji essentially like lied to him, like
yeah.
basically. So yeah, I thought this conversation was bound to happen eventually. It's just that it happened right after he had a discussion with Momoshiki. I think the better, or not even better, but I think what's more like interesting to me is like they didn't necessarily bring up anything with Momoshiki. Like I thought they'd actually like at least give us like a flashback of the conversation. We didn't get anything. And Boruto seems like he's keeping it secret. Like so I have no idea.
Maybe it's just that he's mad that Momoshiki just cut off the Psyche plan and Boruto got somehow kicked out. He's like, man, fuck. He's like, man, he's like, don't worry, I'm gonna still do what I gotta do. Maybe Boruto's trying to find another way out, and like he doesn't want to do the original way Kashin, Koji, and came up.
Yeah, that's all I was gonna say. Maybe he has a side plan.
Yeah, but I think it's interesting. So it kind of like because I'm taking the events that happened in chapter 25. It's like, oh, Boruto went behind Koji's back. But then it's like, well, either one, Koji saw a future where Boruto does this and goes behind his back and he just brought it up and Boruto didn't think he would know. Or prior to that, Koji said, hey, you need to figure out a deal with Momoshiki and figure that out fast. And now Kashin Koji is just doing a follow-up. Like, how did that go? And Boruto's like, don't worry about it, bro.
Yeah, because in that update, I for sure believe he's seen some futures where Boruto and Momoshiki collab. It's just like now he wants to figure out what steps to take further. Like what was the plan? And to be honest, he probably already seen a future where probably multiple futures where Boruto just doesn't want to tell. Yo, Kashin Koji's ability is a trip. I'm just thinking of all these possibilities.
Yeah. So if y'all can see any character in the next chapter, like that hasn't been introduced yet, who y'all picking?
Introduced like in TBV, or what do you mean?
TBV, yeah.
Kakashi, I'll say Kakashi.
That's I think everybody would probably believe Kakashi. To be honest, like this might just be me. Like I wouldn't be honest if Shinju and Uchiha pulls up.
Why?
Like,
I thought you were about to say the Raikage or some shit, but I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were gonna say Killer B. This nigga said Shinju and Uchiha. That's crazy.
Bruh, my thing has always been that's one of the easiest way for Sarada to actually unlock her EMS. Like if we're discussing like her potentially like actually getting power ups, I think the EMS is the next one, and the Shinju and Uchiha would probably be like the clearest way. Maybe that's just me, but next chapter probably not. But like I guess the next upgrade that Sarada gets, that'd probably be it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I don't want to say it's probably going to be it because I don't necessarily think it's the most likely scenario, but I believe it should happen. I think it's clear. It's there. It's right there. Yeah. They could do it next. They gotta
sit some more on her Mangekyo. Like reveal the full Mangekyo. Let's see your other ability. Let's see the full extent of your right eye, the full extent of your left eye, and then we can start talking about some EMS.
True. We got a super chat. Don't want to leave him again. This is from. I don't know what the fuck. Oh no, I'm tripping. No super chat.
Okay.
Go ahead. I thought I seen one. I was like, what?
Yeah, I could also see Orochimaru pulling up.
Orochimaru. Now we're cooking.
Yeah, I could see Orochimaru. It might also stem on the fact that he could potentially help Sarada out. Also, the Mitsuki storyline, like how is Mitsuki doing? But also the fact that I just want to see how strong Orochimaru is nowadays.
Come on.
What if we see my guy Log pull up though? What if we see Log pull up instead of
that would be fire as well. Log learned Sage mode, like he's finally at that level now.
They need to amp up my boy Mitsuki's Sage mode because it's been a disappointment.
It might, to be honest, Log, he might have been as strong as Mitsuki was. Like in base Log might have been like up there with Sage Mitsuki. Yeah, my God, Black Witch, I disconnected. But like, so stuff like that gets me thinking. Imagine if you actually stack Sage mode on top of that version of Log. He might be like competent in TVV.
You say he base against
I'm saying he was up there with like Sage Mitsuki while Log himself was in base.
Oh, in base. Okay.
Like, if you stack that, so like if you stack that version, also plus 16 years of training or plus 3 years of training throughout the time skip. So you stack that version of Log with Sage Mode, he might actually be like competitive against characters of today's ilk, like the Shinju,
Didn't they
potentially
give
the
like
Koji.
his organs to Muski?
Yeah, but I'm hoping they actually like changed it back though. Like, Black Uchiha
What?
has he's back.
Oh, I thought I had it.
Yeah, they had to do more surgeries on my guy, Log, to give him to give him upgraded organs. Like, it can't just have him walking around with civilian organs. What are you doing?
Shit, he might have sacrificed himself.
Nah,
Yeah, you said Black, you said Kakashi. Man, if I can see
Orochimaru.
one person back, it's gonna be my boy, Guy.
Guy,
I
guy's not
need
even
that.
walking.
I don't care. Guy still kicking ass.
All due respect. All due respect. If my God turns 8 gates, he might still get washed by like Sarada.
We don't know what he been doing.
Right, he hasn't been doing anything. He's out of commission.
Yeah, but bro, he's the epitome of the youth. He's still doing his push-ups. He's still doing his sit-ups. He's still doing his arm raises. Bro, he active. He in the field.
Here's what needs to happen to my guy Mike Guy. There needs to be a ninja that comes in like a thief in the night, and just chops his leg off. Facts.
Oh my
Right.
god,
It's
son.
over, bro. Give
Son.
him a scientific synthetic, or I mean, not synthetic. Give him a scientific prosthetic. Have him be able to absorb jutsus with his right leg. Like, have him do all that other elite stuff. Like, what are we doing here? We're walking around with a wheelchair, bro. He could be up and walking with a prosthetic scientific leg, and he just chilling. Like, what are we doing here?
What about Killary?
Killer B.
Some
I like Killer.
Himawari training.
Say it again?
Some Himawari training with Killer B.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I was gonna say the whole karma thing that introduces like another tail beast to be like involved, and of course, Killer Bee training with him and Wadi's act is elite as well because likely. And I know you guys disagree with this, but I think she's probably gonna have to get the chakra mode. She's probably gonna have to do the song and dance. Hey, how do I actually do tail beast bombs when I'm doing it? Not only karma, like those kind of trains I think will be important. So Killer Bee joining would definitely be important. The only thing, I want to see how Killer Bee, or I'm thinking of how Killer Bee could actually be effective plot wise outside of just training him and Wadi. I think he would have a place, especially against Shinju, which are like 10 tails.
I mean, I feel like the Shinju can like choose more targets if they want to. Like, what's
Yeah, true.
stopping them from like, oh yeah, I want to devour Ada and Killer Bee? Like the nigga could just be added onto a hit list because like he pops up, like you said, and they see something interesting from him, and he's like, yeah, you know what, he's next, you know, on some stuff like that. I
True.
think it would be interesting if maybe Hidari gets another freaking target other than Sarada, and he absorbs that target, and that's how he gets a power up, which puts him on a level of Mangekyo Sharingan Sarada. So.
True. That's possible. That's possible. The crazy thing, and I don't want to completely change the subject, but the fact that we haven't seen any Shinju actually like devour anybody at this point is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. I'd love to say, hey, once the Shinju actually absorb, let's say, a Killer Bee, he's going to get all the information that Eight Tails has. We just don't know that. Like, it could just be a brand new Killer Bee Shinju that's clueless.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
That's why I say Ada.
that's. I mean, bro. Honestly, bro, I really don't think it's that different from like a freaking Cloggine devouring a regular person or a Shinju devouring. Like, the person is still going to turn into a tree, and they're going to be stuck at wherever they got devoured at. You know, because it's like with Himawari, we saw what was happening. Like a tree was forming around her. It's just a matter of like if Jura would have got anything as opposed to just another Shinju being created. You know. So I think like if a Clogon does it, a Shinju that equates to a Shinju. But if a Shinju does it, it equates to a Shinju itself being updated or possibly evolving.
So are there like upgraded Claw Grimes? Is there like a Claw Grime running around with like a Sharingan and Chidori?
No, I'm saying like the claw arms. So like the claw arm that bit Sasuke, it turns out to
Hmm.
be Hidari. You feel me? But if Hidari was to bite another ninja, it's not going to be another ninja Shinju running around. It's going to be like Hidari getting the power up from that ninja. You know?
I can see that. Yeah, I can see
That's
that.
why I'm thinking it could be, which is why I'm not too pressed on seeing them devour a target. But like it's becoming such a complaint amongst the community. I'm scared that we're not going to see it and people are going to complain, and I don't think it's that much worth it. But also I can't be mad at someone's opinions and interest in the story. Like for someone else, maybe the target and seeing
I'm
them
a
get
real.
devoured is a plot point they really want to see, whereas me, I'm like, I mean, like it was just like for me it's like these niggas just popped up and they're like, yeah, I want them. I don't think it's that crazy for us to not see what happens if they choose them. But that's just me, because it's like at the end of the day, they're 10 tails and they're after Otsutsuki. We should be focused on like, if it's a problem if we don't see them get to devour an Otsutsuki, or like Otsutsuki like genes or something along those lines. But I don't know, man. I feel like maybe someone like Cole could become a target. Like I wish they would have chose a whack ass motherfucker to be a target so we could see this. But now we only got real niggas left, and I don't want none of these real niggas to get devoured. Naruto, Sarada, or
That's the
motherfucking Ada.
best part. That's the best part. If it was a lame nigga, then you wouldn't even care. It's characters you care about. So
And then Sarada can't go. It's the most likely is Ada, but even then with that, it's like that's OP, bro. That's OP, bro.
it's still a toss up between Ida and Sarda.
And I think Ada, honestly, she's in a. I mean, yeah, I'll say Himawari would probably be the second leading female. I was gonna say Ada's kind of like the second lead female, but I say Himawari, Ada, Himawari, yeah, Sumari up there. They all, but Ada's her importance is up there with like the leading female in the story. So I'm like, damn, y'all gonna knock her off the list this early?
Yeah, no, I don't see Ada getting devoured. All due respect,
Yeah,
I mean, I do.
but
I do.
matter of fact, I'd say this: I could see her be devoured, but I wouldn't rule out her coming back. Like she might be gone for like 10, 12 chapters.
Yeah, like honestly, or what's her name? Oegi,
Moegi?
Moegi. Yeah, whoever she is.
I
Yeah,
mean, if I wouldn't be crazy. Is like, what if just Mamushi devours her power and she just loses her omnipotence and Sharingan? So now we're
nah,
really fucked, and we got to figure out how to reverse everything through Mamushi instead of Ada.
Yeah,
nah. Again, the writer's pulling anything at that point.
At that point, it's me. That's how you know I'm trying to keep Shorty alive, bro. Like, come on, what do you want me to do at this point?
yeah. Like
no,
if he devours her, and you know, I don't think Damon can harm his sister. So, I mean, this is his hand cannon. So it would be no way for Damon to really like kill his sister. So in a sense, that would be Damon's downfall.
I feel like we're doing a disservice as looking at it as if they die. Like it's not out of the realm possibility that Sardis turned into a Shinju, but she comes back. Like Hidari might win.
That's the thing,
Mm,
though. I think Shinju. I don't know if like if the Shinju themselves are creating more Shinju, that's lame. Like they need to have a crazy consequence and reward, risk and reward for them devouring their target. Because it's like we know the Clawgons create Shinju. So if we see a Sarada Shinju, that means like Shorty got offed by a Clawgon. And I'm
mm-hmm.
not trying to see that. I think instead of sealing Naruto, they could have had where maybe throughout the time well, they could have kept Naruto's seal and then boom, we go down the timeline where Kawaki unseals Naruto, and then we find out once Boruto returns in the village later, boom, Sasuke turned into a tree and Naruto turned like we could have got a Naruto Sasuke Shinju duo and see how they played off of each other. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a missed opportunity, and then we can see them possibly going for their targets. It could be like Naruto Sasuke, whatever. Well, the Naru Shinju, the Hidari, and Jura, they could have been like the top three Shinjus. You feel me? But
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I get you. I get you. Hey, we got another super chat. Antonio Bookman. He said, "What if Hema can get all the tail beasts like Naruto?" Okay, all right. What if Hema can get all the tail beasts like Naruto? Thank you
She's
for the
gonna
donation.
she's gonna grab Jura by the mohawk and punch him across the continent.
Wait, say that again.
She's gonna grab Jura by the mohawk
Stop it.
and
By the
punch him across
Mohawk.
the continent if she
By the
gets all
Mohawk
the
is a
tail.
toupee.
And the
No,
two,
it was kind of interesting to see if she would have like a higher affinity with the other tailed beast than like Naruto. And we understand Naruto and his affinity was never really discussed when it came to even like the nine tails, let alone other tailed beasts. But
Mhm.
we understood that Naruto had the ability to use other tailed beast power, but he rarely ever did it. He did it in Boruto. He used like I believe the
The
four
lava
tails
power.
Sharingan against Delta,
Yeah.
and like tiny stuff like that. But he never really like dove deep into like being like a sage of six paths type of figure. Or it's like hypothetically, if Himawari does it, even the fact that she has a higher affinity with the nine tails, I think that could probably like open up other things with her like being more comfortable in using other tail beast chakra because
Hmm.
they are basically calling her a tail beast as well, or calling her chakra, I should say.
You're right. Yeah, I could see it going down that way as well. It'll be interesting, especially if she gets all the tail beasts like Naruto, and then she just uses it in different. Like we can see her activate like a freaking like I ain't gonna cap. Locked on Himawari is gonna be her next power up. So like when she gets her locked on form on top of Kurama's power, and then you're talking about more tail beasts, it's like that's gas, bro. That's gassed. That's
Uh,
cracked, honestly.
you think Byakugan coming with that?
The lock, yeah, like I think her locked on form is like it's like rare, bro. Like I think I think Ikimoto is showing us each of these characters have something so rare and special about them, like Sarada, Kawaki, Boruto, and Himawari. And for Boruto and Himawari specifically, theirs date back to Otsutsuki clan, the genetics, and the fact that Naruto and Hinata, they both went through mumbo jumbo in their upbringing, and they decided to have two offspring in the midst of all of that mumbo jumbo. So like, and the result of that is Boruto having a freaking 1,000-year-old eye that everybody's still trying to figure out how it works, and Himawari being born with a kernel of Kurama's power and having a body that surpasses Naruto in terms of affinity to Tail Beast chakra. It's like, yeah, it's crazy. So I don't think it's crazy that if you were to give her that, obviously with the Kurama's chakra, we see her training how strong she is and what she's possibly capable of, and then she could possibly even implement the other tailed beast chakra like lava style, implementing it into like her gale palms, implementing it into her like the little invisible shields that the Hugh could be doing or something like that. Like that's like a wall of lava spinning around 24/7. Like that's crazy. And then on top of that, you add the locked on, and I think Ikimoto saving her locked on state for last because it's like that might be like the icing in the cake. Like her demeanor changes, she becomes more serious, and like it says, locked on. Like, and she ain't stopping until the target is dismantled.
Yeah, I hope so. I key hope so. I mean, one of the things that I guess we haven't necessarily discussed it. Do we think she's getting any of the dojutsus other than the Byakugan?
Mm, if they want the Tentagon, they can do another way of her awakening it, but I don't think other than the Byakugan, like her Byakugan could just be so pure and strong. Like they could just do that, bro. Like it's not that like with Sarada's Mangekyo, like it's just pure and strong. You feel me?
True, true. I do want to see how Karma collabs with the Byakugan though. It got to be some crazy combination attacks,
Oh yeah, it's OD, bro. It's OD, bro.
like many tail beast bombs directly uh, pointing at chakra points.
Oh my
That would
goodness.
be crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and then yeah, it's just disrupting it. Like, yeah, she got so much shit she can do, bro. Like that really could be the strongest character in the show. So
Yeah, no, I'm super happy to see exactly how that's about to go down.
uh,
They were talking about, or I guess Enojin was talking about like getting stronger to potentially like help out Sarada, not sorry, help out Himawari. Do you think he gets even close to Himawari's power?
if we're keeping it a beam, Enojin is like Himawari Sarada for Boruto. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's her. You know what I'm saying? Like the thing that obviously she's not gonna be focused on it now, like how Boruto isn't necessarily focused on Sarada's feeling now, but it's like the person that means a lot to her, and then also on top of like from the other person's perspective is like they feel like they have an obligation to be there for someone they see is like without the control of their power, they're being thrown in the midst of all of this crazy shit around them. Like from Sarada's perspective, they grew up together, they had all this fun together, they both as daunted as the children of the strongest niggas around. Now randomly, this kid is an alien. He's being targeted by villages. He's having a problem where he has to take these drugs to suppress an alien from taking over his body. It's like, damn, he's going through some effed up stuff. And then with Inogen, it's like he's there, he sees her, you know what I'm saying? It's like now she's in the middle, like all of a sudden she's a tail beast, she's getting haunted by 10 tail soldiers. Now she's being watched, and you know what I'm saying, located every 24/7 in the village, like she can't leave the village. Like it's out of their power that all of this effed up things has happened around them. So if I can do anything within my power to ease that situation or make it better, that's what I'm gonna do. So I think he's taking kind of like the same stance as Sarada. So it's real interesting.
Yeah, credit on him for that. But all due respect, like, I don't think all due. Like I guess one of the things that I talked about it earlier when I gave my ratings, I guess plot points. One of the most important things right now is establishing a direct line of communication between Kashin, Koji, and Shikamaru.
Yeah.
I think most of his like impact on the plot line is going to be stuff like that, and not necessarily power stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think there's a role for him there.
I mean, yeah, I think it's like if we don't expect, like, I'm not expecting power ups for Inogen to the point like boom, boom, bam, bam, but like what we seen them do against Juro the first time, like that's the type of stuff that we should expect. Like, don't be useless in the midst of the battle. So, like, in the midst of the battle, Himawari is in the middle of getting kidnapped. Boom, Shikadai activates Shadow Possession to try to slow down Juro by instant. Chocho goes in for a punch to throw him off balance, and then boom, Inogen draws an art to scoop up Himawari. Like that's the type of roles that he's playing in, and like if he can become more efficient in doing that and consistent, that's what he means by like more power and resolve. To where it's like he can probably get that jutsu off a little bit faster, or get that awareness off a second quicker in a determining moment in a life or death moment, you know. So it's not like, oh, I'm gonna get strong enough to where I can fight Juro by myself. He not gonna be on some shit like that. But to get strong enough to the point where now next time he confronts Juro, he's prepared again, to where like he wasn't as prepared as he was last time, but we seen what they were able to do off of a win. You know, it's like they got away from they brought Juro. He was shooting. I think he shot by like 5 different Bijou bombs. And thanks to Inogen, them shits were not let off in the village. You know, so it's like he could play a certain role that doesn't have to be anything crazy.
No, and for a fact, I completely agree with that. One of the other things I think Inogen is one of the overpowered abilities I think he has. We talked about this when it came to manga Sharingan abilities and like the Kamui, the mind transfer jutsu. I think that could be effective no matter who they're playing or who they're fighting. So like hypothetically, they're in a situation where Juro is basically what he was prior, and before he did that wood style to essentially heal him back to 100% and block Kawaki's attack. He could have probably just slipped in a mind transfer jutsu from like decent distance and just stopped Juro, and then all of a sudden Juro's done. Juro's cooked.
Yeah,
that could have been like a helpful situation for Inogen.
Low-key, that is a possibility. Like, yeah, Inogen definitely. I mean, like, if you just transfer into the mind, just like what Boruto did with Kawaki when he first allowed Kawaki to kill him, like he swapped minds with Momoshiki, like, hey, hurry up, take the killing shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, Inogen just pop up into Juro, like, yo, go for the blow. You feel me?
Yeah, bro, I can see some stuff like that going down, bro. But yeah, so Inogen, in my personal opinion, he there is some ways he could slide into the storyline and have good points. There's ways. I just don't understand if it's going to be that realistic at this particular point. They're fighting well above my guys' pay grade.
Yeah.
Well
yeah, I mean, the realistic ways are there. But like anything other than that, like, yeah, not realistic. Like anything like, yeah, boom, boom, bam, bam, like Konohamaru is an exception. I get why people expect those things from him. So like other than that, like don't do it. Like Inogen, guys, come on. Like
all right. Speaking of Konohamaru, all the respect to him, he's not gonna be Hokage. But what do you think the outcome of the Hokage interrogation is gonna be? You think he gets fired?
Shikamaru gets fired? Nah, I don't think he's getting fired. It's gonna be interesting to see how they go about it. But man, it's I don't think Konohamaru's gonna sell, bro. I don't think he's gonna sell. This is the level of shit we should be talking about when it comes to Konohamaru. So I don't mind talking about it now. Like 1v1ing a Shinju, I'm gonna get irritated. Yeah. But this right here, yeah. I don't think he's gonna sell in the interrogation. Honestly, I think he should be able to hold it down for real.
All due respect. Realistically, because again, outside of Mitsuki pulling some other BS, I think Konohamaru is most likely going to fold.
No, go ahead. I'll say, go ahead.
No, yeah, he's one of the most likely ones to fold. My thing is, I think Shikamaru is going to handle it wonderfully, but it just all depends on how the elders view everything. I think there's a possibility, even if Shikamaru, like, let's say he doesn't say any BS and he actually successfully spins him, like how Young Thug was trying to do. I still think he might get fired, just because they might be petty at this particular point.
And that's the thing, though. Then that goes back into them just simply being ignorant and not listening to the freaking information that's being relayed to them. But Shikamaru's his position solely depends on his questioning and interrogation, like what number he comes in. Like whoever they're questioning before Shikamaru is extremely important to whatever he gets questioned. So if it's just Konohamaru, he might be able to work his way, wiggle some shit. But if they question Konohamaru, they question Sai, they question Ito, Sarada, Tsubure, possibly Amado, and then Shikamaru, this nigga's is fucked no matter what he says at that point. Like, ain't no getting around that.
Yeah, now all the stories might not line up. That'd be questionable. I have no idea.
I think we got one. Are you able to see the chat? Well, I know we freaking can pull it up. We got one more super chat from Antonio. He said,
could you read it?
Oh yeah. Shout out to Antonio, another $2 donation. Basically, just picking up off of the thing, like go around and collect them like Dragon Balls. So I think he's just about, before we branched off with the Himawari topic and her getting the tail beast. So like his original thing, he just added it onto that, stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But you can collect the tail beast like Dragon Balls, or just collect all that chakra like some Dragon Balls and stuff like that.
My thing is, I might just be thinking of some unrealistic possibilities. Kashin Koji at this particular point could probably see like which humans would make or would have like the highest affinity with which tailed beast, right? Because he's seeing all possibilities.
Yeah, I mean, what if he's seeing like futures where not just nobody is messing with the tailed beast, like nobody talks to them, so it's like, nah, there's no real Jinchurikis in the future.
It's possible. That'll be boring to think about. What my thing is, like, hypothetically, and I know the commenter said, hey, Himawari could potentially go around and collect all the tail beasts like Dragon Balls. My ideal scenario for the tail beasts would be for them to find Jinchurikis where their affinity is basically like Himawari's, and we now have like 9 characters that are I guess 8 because you could probably cross like Killer Bee. But like those characters would be up there with like Barrymore Naruto just because of the affinity with other tail beasts. Like that would probably be like the best case scenario for the tail beasts.
I wouldn't say like, because I don't think like the insect Jinchuriki like that. I don't know what tail beast is that, like 6 or 4. No, the 4 is the Goku with the lava. His Jinchuriki would be strong, but like the insect Jinchuriki, like I don't think that nigga could be like a Barrymore level. So I think maybe like a select few, maybe like Shukaku's Jinchuriki. Goku's, the 4 tails, and then of course 8 tails can, like, if he trains up to that level. But other than them, like, I mean, I don't know. For me personally, the other tail beasts just aren't that intriguing enough. But I think if Gaara, hypothetically, like if Gaara wakes up and he decides, okay, Shukaku, we need to team up. I just got hospitalized. I woke up from an 8-day coma. Like, we got to figure out a way to get us back as one, Like, I would rock with something like that for sure.
I wouldn't necessarily mind that. I've been saying it from part 1. I think new Jinchurikis need to happen. It's like we just got tail beasts running around not doing anything while legit stuff is going down.
But then also it's like, bro, we can't like weapon like they spent years and years being weapons for humans. It's like
trying to be liberated and stuff like that. Now they finally running free. Yeah, I get that. And of course, separating Jinchuriki from their tail beast is going to be difficult as well because now we got to kill someone.
Somebody to set somebody free.
Yeah, I understand that.
Nah, but hey, bro, Killer Bee could just be active again. Like we could get some more Killer Bee content, bro, and we could possibly even like get Guilt, whatever his Eight Tails name is, get his perspective on a Baryon mode, like a potential Baryon mode for the Eight Tails, what that would look like. You know what I'm saying? Or if like is the Baryon mode ability that Kurama has that specifically just for the Nine Tails, where like any contact with them automatically drains all life force and chakra, like. Does Eight Tails Baryon have a different ability where like automatically you can't see or some shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or is it all basically the same? So
yeah, true. I think these are all things that we should be like discussing. My thing with the Tail Beast at this particular point, we can't really do this, but in part one, I thought they could have pretty much just even been like summoning jutsus. They'd have like a lot more effective impact on the actual story. Like imagine when or remember when there was like the time slip arc. And Sasuke went back in time, and he never had chakra. Imagine if he just had like the four tails on like summoning. He could just summon it and just absorb like a bunch of chakra. All of a sudden, he's back to 100%. Like stuff like that would have been so clutch. But now it's like, hey, dude, we got to find the correct affinity? Do they have Baryon mode? Because like they're not that strong to even like 1v1 let alone like the upper.
I mean, I think the only other way they can be useful is simply as like a battery pack, bro. Like at that point, I don't even need your abilities. Just give me your chakra. Like
some of them had some hacks. Some of them had some hacks.
Like I'm saying, like I ain't gonna lie though. I think maybe and I was just talking shit about the insect tail beast, but I think the insect one got like an acid that they can spit out, like it just dissolves any and everything. But then like based off of the Rasengan's, Naruto had like the magnet style Rasengan. I think like one of them, the three tails or the five tails, like a blue tiger or some shit, like that has magnet release. So like that could be handy because the magnet Rasen Shuriken held Kaguya in place for a little bit. So like imagine Himawari like in inducing like magnet release into her Hyuga fist, like into her palms. Like so when she hits your chakra point, not only is she hitting you, paralyzing you, but now your body can't move and it's stuck in place. Or like she hits you and then she hits something else and automatically she can attract y'all two together no matter how far away y'all are,
Yeah, I'd be elite. One of the there's one tailed beast that had like a chakra mode. I forgot which one. Not obviously not Karma. There's another one that had a chakra mode. I thought, bro, that would have been so useful not only to Naruto but now in Boruto. I mean, pretty much useful damn near to everyone. Just a chakra mode increases pretty much all base stats: speed, strength, chakra.
The thing about it though, also the Tensegan gives you a chakra mode. Like Toneri got his chakra mode from his Tensegan. So like even if she don't, like I know we disagree on this, like because I don't think she's gonna get a chakra mode from her Kurama. Like even if she just activates her Kurama mode that we seen and then she activates a Tensegan, she can get a chakra mode from that too. So like, yeah,
I wouldn't mind that, to be honest. We talked about this before, but like coming to Boruto, we thought this would be the series of the Byakugan and Tensegan, like how Naruto was a series of the I was about to say Shidori of the Sharingan and the Rinnegan, yeah. So we thought this would be that, and it just never was that. So hypothetically, Himawari is now the person to actually usher in the Tensegan and Boruto. I'd love it for a fact.
It's not even the story of the damn Jogan. We don't.
Yeah, not even that. This is crazy.
So that'd be neat. I could see a chakra mode with the Tensegan for Himawari. Tail Beast collection, that locked on state. Those are like some of the main things I see for her. Like I think she and Boruto have the most power-ups left. I think people like Kawaki and Sarada probably got. Well, Sarada technically has like a couple left too. She has like two more. But well, all right, you know what? I retract that statement. I think her, along with characters like Boruto, Sarada, and Kawaki, have multiple power-ups left. So yeah, for Himawari's case, the Tailed Beast can possibly be a gateway, but if not, then simply with the affinity of her and Kurama is one, and then her lockdown mode with her Byakugan, and then also a possible Tensengan chakra mode or something. the evolve from that. Like it's just endless, bro.
What quick question? Have we like given up on the cybernetic upgrades or power boosts now in TBV?
Like if it's not coming from a model, then yeah, what are we talking about? Like
Even the powers from a model. Like when was the last time he
I mean, I think
activated?
I'll take like the stuff he just did with Kawaki. Like I'm giving props to Amato for that. Like
I mean, I guess you
he's the
can't,
one
but
who's
that
limiting but I get it. I mean, like creating someone literally just as strong as like how he created Daemon and Ada and them, but like who knows if he has any more Shibai cells to even do that now, you know?
or even just an upgrade. Like
I mean, he can upgrade them. Well, yeah. Who says like what limit there is on the upgrade? Yeah. So I don't know, bro. I'm not gonna cap. I'm trying to think if anybody even would need like. I don't think it's too many characters that are like so focal pointed on right now to where they're like, yeah, we're gonna get this upgrade so it could better our chances. I feel like I don't know. Maybe like we can see a line of Shinobi with the Shinobi gauntlets or something like that, but I don't think anybody's gonna get operated on. They're not too important.
Yeah. Well, first things first. The reason why I don't necessarily consider the Kawaki limiters thing like an actual upgrade, the limiters were kind of, it was already in Kawaki's hardware, I believe, from like even part one back when they were all part of the Kado organization. I know some people disagree with that. They think it might have been there since like the time skip, or maybe even before that a little bit once he actually did give him the Karma Seal back. Either way, I thought that was already there. But my idea of like, let's say, well, before we can get there, do you think he still has access to the, well, let's say Shibai's carcass?
That's the thing. I don't even know if he has access to those cells anymore. Because if Jigen ordered the destruction of all of those cyborgs, and then he created Kashin Koji as a result, yet Kashin Koji still has Shibai cells, that means to say it wasn't necessarily the Shibai cells or the carcass that was forbidden for Amato to use. It was more so how he used it. So I don't even know if he were to have them. Like I don't see anybody else willingly wanting to be operated on by Amato, especially understanding the history where he comes from, like the car organization, the abduction of kids, like countless endless numbers of kids and stuff like that being operated on. So I don't know, bro. And even if he were to bring it up, like, hey, I got Shiba cells, a nigga like Shikamaru gonna look at him sideways, like, bro, what are you like? What, bro? Like, you're showing my kids drugs right now. What are you talking about? Get out my face.
I don't know. I ain't. But my thing is, I feel like what my guy Amato was doing was essentially like, I was about to bring up bad examples, but like it was essentially like he was using the Shibai cells in bad labs with like bad equipment and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, the Kado organization was stacked thanks to my guy Victor, but like it had nothing on the Hidden Leaf Village access and equipment. Hypothetically, if he tried to experiment with Shibai cells with the Hidden Leaf Village's like backing, I just think it could be significantly better. And
okay, so who are you like wanting him to, like, realistically, maybe even tinfoil hat wise, but like who are you wanting him to possibly operate on to upgrade, bro? Well, I can't see anybody other than Kawaki, and maybe even like he was like, okay, I can do this one little switch that I never turned on Ada or Daemon and see where that goes. Maybe something like that. Like other than Ada, Daemon, and Kawaki, like I don't know who.
I'm thinking completely different. My first pick would probably be Boruto. The second pick would be Kawaki. Third, probably Sarada. What are we talking about here?
What the heck? Why would you're trying to make a creative player, bro?
Yeah, for a fact, like we talked about a little bit earlier, like what if Boruto had the divine art creation of all things? It's like you could probably try to unlock it. You could probably try to do it.
Crazy. Boruto already gonna get the joke out there. I don't even know. Like if Amato were to operate on Boruto, what would his operation even be like? Like cybernetic wise, is he gonna be able to alter his, like I don't think that even fits his fighting style for him to alter his body like Kawaki can. Like that fits Kawaki because like he grew up fighting like that since he was a kid. So maybe like if he gets him like all right, if he just says like, all right, you take Boruto and Sarada and he just injects them with Shibai cells, like what he did with the Edas, he just prays that they awaken an ability, like no other enhancements, just Shibai cells. Maybe we can see, but it's like trial and error at that point. Like, and plus, you know, niggas like Boruto and Sarada, like they train, bro.
like we know they train, so it's not like they just be sitting idly by and waiting for stuff to happen. Like they be out there in the field, they be putting in work, they develop, hone their skills, they sharpen their skills. We seen Boruto train. We know endless times. We've seen Sarada train in the manga, and we know for a fact just based off of her character, like she's a trainer and she showcased her strength. So it's like I don't know. I don't think like it's just gonna be like the main niggas, like you said, like Kawaki. Well, I don't know. Kawaki is an exception because that nigga don't do nothing, and we know it's confirmed that he don't do nothing. But niggas like Boruto, Sarada, and Himawari, like they're gonna be training off panel, on panel, like so they're gonna be honing their skills and getting better as time goes, regardless.
I mean, they could hone the divine arts. They could hone the Shibai cells that they get. Yeah, I'm not saying that they can't. My thing is, what I'm kind of thinking of, and this might just be a me thing, but like even like the omnipotence that Ada got, if that was given to Boruto, he's already an Otsutsuki member, so he could already like have omnipotence or control omnipotence the way he wants to. I just think he'd be a significantly better test subject than like random kids from like random, not even villages, random neighborhoods.
Yeah. I mean, like in terms of like right now, yeah, but like,
like it seems like
that's just open. I'm just like, yeah, bro. That's just because I know he's gonna get the karma and the Jogan. If you giving him cybernetics from a model as well, bro, what are we? Yeah, I don't know, man. What are we doing? Who is he fighting? Who is he trying to fight?
Good point. All of this? Good point. Good point. Good point. For a fact. But I'm just saying, like, thinking of the best case scenario for like upgrades for these guys, I think giving them more Shibai cells would probably be like elite. Not gonna be wrong. It's still like who are they gonna fight? And I completely understand that because I at this particular point, I talked about this earlier. I talked about this a few pods ago. I think Boruto and Naruto. I said Boruto and Naruto. Boruto and Kawaki both could probably beat Jura at this particular point, even without like the next potential upgrade that they're probably gonna get from Momoshiki and whatever Kawaki is gonna get. But like, it just seems like a wasted opportunity to not try to give them Shibai cells. Like, maybe that's just me. I don't know.
I see what you mean. I mean, if we entertain the idea, like Sarah getting the Shibai cells, like easy backdoor way, be like, boom, she doesn't need an EMS, her eyes won't go blind, and just enhance her Mangekyo abilities, right? Or
she might get Renegons off of it.
Even a Renegon, even something like that. Yeah, a Renegon. It ups her gravity to the point where like she maybe we don't know if she can only make 4 spears, but maybe she can only make 4 spears. The 4 spears we saw against Ryu. Maybe with the Shibai cells, boom, this girl is making infinite spears. Or maybe her spears are the sizes of the meteors that we saw Madara drop in the forefront. At that point, everything getting sucked up by the gravity, you know? So there's a lot of ways that they can do it with the Shibai cells. So I get what you mean though. But for Sarada, I think if they do that, because I don't know if they're gonna give her the Byakugo seal to where they cure her blindness, or if they're even gonna make blindness be an issue with her based off of how she awakened her Mangekyo. But it's gonna be addressed at some point in the story, and a Shibai cells like whatever it would do, like to make it more realistic. I think it could probably stop her blindness. Maybe even then make her Susanoo useful because we know Jigen punched through it like butter. So at this point, we haven't seen a Susanoo since because Sasuke knows it's no point. So Shibai shells can make a Susanoo useful again, make Susanoo's great again. You know, she could start using the Susanoo. Possibly we can do the infamous theory of the humanized Susanoo. She just garners like Susanoo armor. You know what I'm saying? She gets some special weapons like her uncle Itachi for her Susanoo. Or maybe, you know, like the triangles we saw, like it just ups the potency. Because like when we saw it Code, once he got his limiters removed, he started freaking molding and creating sentient 10-tail clones. It's like he started doing different shit. It's like you seen that clip of LeBron, he was like, at that point, I was just trying shit. One leg off the backboard to the corner. It's like, just trying shit at this point. So like, maybe. You feel me?
Yeah, well, right. Hey, so Freedom, did you hear the discussion we was talking about?
No, I had jump back in.
All right, we were basically discussing who all should get Shibai cells, or my guy, or what's Black Uchiha asked me my ideal characters to get Shibai cells. He kind of went from a different angle. I went for the big dogs. I said Boruto, Kawaki, and Sarada. I think them with Shibai cells would be OP. When my guy hit me with a decent rebuttal, like who are they fighting? Why do they even need? I said,
At that point,
I would say Boruto too. I can't even give you like a detailed answer, but Boruto seems like the most feasible answer.
my thing, reason why I said Boruto, I like even the stuff that we've seen already. Like hypothetically, he gets omnipotence. He's already an Otsutsuki member, so he could actually like control omnipotence. Like we talked about, like a potential creation of all things. If he has creation of all things, that's game over. Like it just makes sense to like at least try to operate him so he could like unlock something.
I would probably go along the lines like if he gets the Shibai cells, what if it just like works as a catalyst to awaken his Jogan, or maybe a way to have him control Momoshiki, like separate the soul from the power, you know? Give him some technical power ups as opposed to like, I mean, like I like the question still stands: who are they fighting with these cells? But like, if you're gonna give them the cells, don't just be like, all right, Boruto got all of this plus the Jogan, the Karma Suit. Now give him some claw marks and give him omnipotence and creation of all things.
Yeah,
like that's OD. So I feel like the cells could probably just enhance what they got or unlock what we know they haven't gotten yet. So like for him, maybe like the Jogan, it could awaken his Jogan, or it could allow him to separate Momoshiki, maybe like separate Momoshiki's power from his soul. Obviously, the cells is gonna be a chakra boost. So, and I know we disagree on this, but like I think they're gonna need some. I think like I know because Kawaki admitted it, but like they need some type of power up in order for both of them to take on Gura. So it would make sense for like the cells could, you know, with Kawaki, like we can even discuss if he already got Shibai cells now. Has he like just has an ability dormant inside of him, or did a model ever place them? But like for with Boruto, it's like if he were to have them, like yeah, the Jogan route, and then definitely I think making the karma more personalized for him as opposed to like having the attachment of Momoshiki and the karma power, so like he could separate the soul from the power.
Yeah, well, that. Yeah. Well, one of the things I wanted to ask though, like, what do y'all think the Momoshiki, or how do y'all think the Momoshiki conversation went? We never really got the conclusion of that. It was really just hinted towards by Boruto and Kashikoji. And of course, we talked about that conversation a little bit earlier. But how do y'all think that conversation actually went between Momoshiki and Boruto?
That's a good question. Black, you take it off.
I don't know, bro. Like I alluded to earlier, bro. Boruto's dialogue is a little head scratchy, a little fuzzy this chapter, so maybe it went away to where Kashin Koji's seeing the future, but he's trying to figure out how the deal went, and Boruto's answer isn't helping any because he's just like, "Don't worry, I'm gonna play my role." So it could be like it came to a conclusion where Boruto's not trying to let Kashin Koji know what happened, but I don't know, bro. Because Momoshiki is like he's in a position where the nigga got nothing to lose. So at that point, you can't guess what a person who has nothing to lose is gonna do.
Yeah, true. And I think he for sure is gonna accept it. The only thing that's kind of question was like why Boruto didn't just like outwardly say like, "Hey, Momoshiki accepted it."
Yeah.
I think he's pouting because Kashin Koji's not telling him everything. I think him and Kashin Koji actually having like a temporary beef, or like a father-son beef at this particular point.
Yeah.
All due respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the beef is there. It's present. I think it's interesting how Boruto decides to carry his demeanor this chapter. And it's possibly completely just out of the fact that he wants to spite Kashin Koji because he didn't tell him all of the information. So that's why he's acting like this. And that's probably why Kashin Koji is like, yeah, I don't like your attitude. It's kind of far-fetched, but I like entertaining the idea that, you know, whatever the agreement between Momoshiki and Boruto had, like at the end, like right now in 26, we see maybe this is kind of a Momoshiki influenced Boruto. Maybe the consciousness is leaking and it's kind of Momoshiki speaking, which is why he's so cold and stoic and you know, blunt. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm just I like entertaining that idea, but I think yeah, he has an attitude because it's like, bro, you was really about to let Konohamaru die that mission, wasn't you? Yeah, so
bro. I might have to respect Kashin Koji just off of that, bro.
That's
He is
crazy.
about to take me out my misery, bro.
That's
That's why I do.
crazy.
Take me out my misery for a fact. One of the things I just wanted. Well, I told you guys I think Momoshiki for a fact, like he probably accepted it, but I do believe once I guess that becomes clear, we should at least get like to figure out what my guy Kashin Koji saw. I've been saying this for like the past 3 or 4 months ever since we finally got the reveal that he got updated premonitions. I just believe like we should actually get to see it, and not only should we get to see specifically what he saw, but the possibilities of the Momoshiki thing. Like hypothetically, I believe once we figure out like maybe we get like a flashback of that legit conversation, then we might see a cut to Kashin Koji and him seeing all the possibilities of Momoshiki actually working alongside Boruto, like flashes that we've seen from earlier.
Yeah. So you think that he's trying to figure out like what possibility is going down? So you think like he Momoshiki agreed, but Kashin Koji is trying to see what future that they're going down in the ones that Momoshiki agreed on. Is that what you're trying to see?
Yeah, for a fact. But that wasn't necessarily what I was saying. But that's also a thing as well. For a fact, I think at this particular point, there's probably like let's say out of the 100% of possibilities that he's seeing, it's probably 20% of the let's say successful ones he's working with Momoshiki, and out of those 20%, there's like a bunch of possibilities of that say collaboration playing out. Let's say Momoshiki and Boruto are actually like fighting hand in hand. There's another possibility of Momoshiki just completely taking over Boruto's body and handling the fight for him, like things like that. I think there's going to be different ways in how it works, and I think Kashin Koji is probably going to handle that accordingly. I might even say this. Hypothetically, if this thing actually plays out that Boruto dies and even Kashin Koji dies and Momoshiki's still living, I think Kashin Koji would probably like rest peacefully or probably like rest with a smile on his face, knowing that he saved the world, regardless of how they do it.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say as far. Oh, well, before I continue, shout out Walkie Talkie. I see them in the comment section. Shout out
Walkie Talkie.
But now I was I'm not Kashin. I don't think so. I do think he could sacrifice himself, but I don't think it would be peacefully, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it would be peacefully. I think it'll be more so out of like, this guy Boruto is so infuriating that I have to do this, and just hope to God they follow the timeline after my death that ensures everything works out, as opposed to mucking everything up. So like his death sets them on a timeline where, like you said, let's say like 20% of that timeline where Kashin Koji dies, everything works out. But it's a matter of if they take that 20% route or they take the 80% route, and Kashin Koji won't be alive to figure out which route they take.
Yeah, true. I can see that as well. For a fact, you gotta think there's a bunch of like contingency plans upon contingency plans at this particular point. The dialogue that I really want to get is like the continuation of when he said earlier that there's only slight possibilities of them actually completing the mission. Now that he has updated premonitions, is it like instead of like let's say only one future where they beat Jura, now it's like 50 futures where they beat Jura, and now it's like if we're going percentages, maybe it's like 10% of possibility that we actually do beat Jura instead of the 0.0000001%. So I want to see specifically what Kashin Koji says about the probability of them beating Jira at this particular point.
Yeah. It's just I don't think the number changes. Like, let's say for instance, it's been at 5% that they beat Jura, and 95% of the time they lose. I think right now it's like the 5% is changing how you go about that 5%, but it's still 5%, and that's what's like irritating. Like, I think Kashin Koji still knows that, there's a chance to beat him, but we only got this 5% chance, and everything has to be by the book. So any changes that occur mean that we have to redirect everything to go against this new 5% chance that we have,
Yeah, there's a chance. I can see that. I can see that as well. I'm more thinking the more like losing scenarios that pass, like the higher the percentage gets. If that makes sense.
More losing say that again.
Yeah, like the more like negative possibilities that don't happen. Like let's say when Kashin Koji told Shikamaru, hey, make sure you assign 2 sand ninjas. Let's say hypothetically he assigned 2 more leaf ninjas, and that in itself would have been losing possibility. That possibility isn't on the table anymore. Therefore, like the winning possibility is more, it takes up more real estate in the percentages
Oh
because
no,
that
yeah,
losing
yeah, yeah,
possibility
yeah.
isn't
It's
there.
like on the road, it's like you still see the option to take the losing possibility, but because of that choice, the road clears up to more winning possibilities, or just I see
The winning possibility gets bigger
bigger. Yeah,
because the losing possibilities aren't there anymore.
yeah. That I mean that definitely makes sense. I think that's the way it works. If it's not something like a like a singularity like Boruto or Ada influencing the timeline. So if it's just regular timelines, I think maybe that's just how it goes. Like it's going down certain paths, and depending on whichever one's eliminated, the ones that aren't eliminated, those possibilities or routes within those possibilities expand and get bigger.
Yeah, but then again, I believe that the singularities they can like extend those like winning possibilities. Like even let's say the Boruto Momoshiki thing, it's possible that Kashin Koji before never seen that possibility, but now that Boruto is a singularity, he himself took it upon himself to go. At least, let's say he took it upon himself to bring up the idea of going to get Momoshiki. That in itself could like open up brand new winning possibilities, or it could essentially close all the winning possibilities that Kashi Cody saw and saw before.
Now, now that you mentioned that though, is that even the way that you think it went? Do you think that Kashin Koji just saw the future and he understood that Boruto went to go make a deal with Momoshiki? He's trying to figure out what deal he made in the futures he saw, or do you think he's acting off of some type of plan that they kind of came up with together, and he's just trying to do a follow up?
If I'd give my possibility, I'd say once he got the updates, we didn't see all of them.
Yeah.
And in those potential updates, he see the possibility of Boruto and Momoshiki working together, and that in
Okay.
itself, like beats Jura. Like we heard Boruto talk about how they themselves, or he alluded to the fact that they could beat Jura by themselves. That essentially like takes out all the other like hard planning and scheming, going behind the Kage's backs and stuff like that, like doing illegal communication. Like that essentially
I got
stops
these
that and
ninjas.
just hey, dude, let's just pull up on Jura now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That yeah. If it's like the goal is to get to C, and you have no choice but to get to B, but the bridge shows you a way to go over B and get to C. It's no choice. Like take the fucking bridge to get to C. So yeah, if there's a quicker way to get the job done, do that. But also you got to think about the consequences with that. So I think Boruto's whole thing is like, I can take this risk reward chance and opportunity with Momoshiki. Maybe he does sense it like, okay, yeah, right now I can't do it. Right now Kawaki can't do it. Right now me and Kawaki can't do it. But if Momoshiki adds into the mix, I think it can happen. Now, he can gamble on the fact that Momoshiki not strong enough to completely no diff Juror, but he's strong enough to win without walk. But he's strong enough to win, but it comes at the cost of walking away with his own injuries. And that injured Momoshiki or injured version of Boroshiki can be taken down by Kawaki. So it can be like a
Mhm.
mental chess game. It's interesting to see how Boruto wants to actually play it out. But even beyond that, even if it's something that Kashin Koji might have alluded or conspired with Boruto prior, and he's just following up, I'm kind of like more so with you on that. I think that he just saw a future where Boruto did go to Momoshiki with this proposal, and in multiple futures where it works out successful or works out where it doesn't work out successfully. Either way, he sees the multiple futures of being branched off of this decision of Boruto making that proposal to Momoshiki. So I think that's what it was, and Boruto more so felt like it could have been a situation where, like, Kashin Koji didn't ask him, "What did you talk to Kawaki about?" Right when he told Kawaki to go get his limiters removed. So maybe Boruto felt like it would have been another situation like that where Kashin Koji possibly overlooks that point, but maybe that is such a pivotal point in all of the futures where Kashin Koji is like, "Yeah, bro, I already know you're gonna try to make a deal with Momoshiki." Like it happens in like 97% of the futures.
Mm. Yeah, cool. Yeah, for a fact, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. You got me thinking a bit earlier in your soliloquy. You talked about the Sarda angle. and this might be completely left, but like, do you think it's now confirmed that Damon isn't actually going to harm Sarada because Kashin Koji talked about Sarada in his premonitions?
I don't. Yeah. Yes, all right. So I think it's confirmed that no harm is coming on them, but I don't think it's solely because of that. Like I think that, well, yeah, it can be. It can be. That's not the reason why I think, but it is a justifiable reason because basically Kashin Koji confirms this chapter that Sarada's Mangekyo Sharingan is a canon event in all futures. Where in a future where that doesn't happen, shit hits the fan and there's no hope. You know, so. Regardless of how many people got to die, because say like there's 10 futures where she awakens her Mangekyo, and 7 of them, 80 people die, but it works out. In the other 3, only Yodo dies. It's like Boruto is mad that he didn't find out about that fact, but Kashikoji's like, yeah, you know, it's just a matter of the fact that we needed her Mangekyo. We needed her Mangekyo just to awaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a fact. Yeah, I could agree with that. That's one of the things I was thinking. I was saying, like, it might be like a confirmation thing. And to be honest, before even we discussed that, and this might be my thing, it might be a certain situation where he wanted her to unlock the Mangekyo Sharingan so she'd have it in a battle versus Daemon to like guarantee that she wins and doesn't die.
Or maybe with the battle with Ryu, because maybe he thought that like there was no other way for them to win unless she unlocked that Mangekyo. But I mean, that could be.
One of the ways that they could have won is the boards are just pulling up and destroying everybody. That's
Sorry. No, because Kashin Koji said that every time Boruto popped up, he died.
Yeah, but he did it. He already did it. He did die.
But he did it. Yeah, that's true. Both things.
So like, I get where you're coming from, and then, to be honest, I might even agree in certain situations where like the Mangekyo Sharingan was key to like them actually defeating Ryu without, or the most cleanly mission is like the version where she unlocks the Mangekyo Sharingan and defeats Ryu. Because I might even agree that hypothetically, if Boruto had to defeat Ryu and then try to go defeat Matsuri, that would have been way too bad. That would have given Jiro way too much time. I could see that. Yeah, I can see that.
I got it. Oh, go ahead.
No, my thing just while Black Uchiha was going on in the soliloquy, I was just thinking like it has to be the case that Sarada isn't going to be, like, let's say, significantly harmed in this next battle.
No.
So that might be like spoilers for the next, or unintentional spoilers by the writers.
I look at it even as like in the flash forward scene, we seen Kashin Koji look at like we see Mamushi and we see the top of Damon's hair, so it's like a guess that they're matching up. And then we see Mangekyo Sarada and we see Hidari, so it's like I know they're both walking away from this for a fact.
Yeah, true.
It's just a matter of what's going to intervene. It's just a matter of what's going to intervene.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But do you think Hidari pulls up with Mamushi?
Pulling up with that creep is crazy, bro. Like that's automatically dropping all clout you would have, bro. That's your man's right there, bro. That's
True. What you think, Frigate? Did he pull up?
Nah, I think Mamushi pulling up on his own.
Dolo mission.
Nothing but the Playboy magazine in one hand and a styrofoam and a megaphone in the other, shouting for haters.
And 3 teeth.
3 teeth,
bro.
You had a question for you?
Oh, I did have a question, but I want to get to the super chat because I want to honor my people's money.
I ain't been paying attention.
Yeah, my boy Jordan, my boy Jordan.
Shout out Jordan Avant, yeah.
Jordan Avant. He said, "Free game. I sent you something on Discord server, please, server, because it will allow me to super chat it. Please read my super chat on the server, please." Okay, hold on real quick.
He probably said some slurs. Let me stop. I'm joking, Jordan. I got a good sense of humor. That's why I thought about that.
He said I got a good sense of humor.
Imagine my guy reads it. It's actually some slurs.
It's actually some slurs. He's like, you know what I think about these Shinjus or Shinjurs? Let me stop.
Hard R and Shinju's is crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
Nah, I don't even see it.
He said, "What the wait? Hold on, let me pull it back up." He said, Discord server."
Oh, Discord server.
He sent it on the Discord server. Yeah.
Okay. Hold on.
Because he said that it wouldn't. I sent you some free game. I sent you something on the Discord server because it won't allow me to super chat it. Please read my super chat on the server.
Yeah. Hold on. I got too many Discords.
Nah, word is life, bro. I'm not gonna cap. Just a side note, yeah, you be texting me from like 2-3 different Discords. I'll be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because I forgot the password to him and I figured it out. Hey man, don't judge me. Hold on. Alright, let me see.
Bro,
Let's see.
account for every single device.
You got an account for every device.
Yeah, you got a Discord account for every device. I respect it.
Okay, alright. I'm gonna share the screen. I found that.
I want to.
Oh, that's so tiny.
Hold on.
Hold on, let me zoom in. All right. 40 and chapter 50, two blue vortex. Also, I hope someone kills those elders and that guy who is interrogating Boruto, people involved with Boruto.
Shout out to Jordan. I don't know what you said at the start, but like I heard wanting the elders to die, and I was rocking with it after that.
He said 40 in chapter 50 of Two Blue Vortex. Also, I hope someone kills those elders and that guy who is interrogating people involved with Boruto. So
40 in chapter 50 of Boruto.
Yeah, like I guess he wants our predictions on chapters that's very far away.
I think his first part of it was probably cut off. The first part was probably cut off.
Yeah, he probably didn't get to finish that.
Yeah, Yvonne, if you could, you could probably send over the first part of that super chat.
Yeah, you don't got a super chat.
Yeah, you don't got a super chat. Yeah, just leave it in the chat.
Yeah,
leave it in the chat, and we'll get back to it.
Yeah, fact goes.
All right, what would y'all say?
What were we saying?
Shit, I forgot. I have no idea. I'm trying not to ask for predictions because I want to save that for next pod. I have no
idea. Yeah, I think we were talking about the the outcome of the Sarada and Daemon cliffhanger. So like, stemming out into an actual fight, or the brought up like Sarada versus Hidari in the flash forward scenes, and Daemon versus what's the name?
What I want to get into is what's the slander you've been seeing on Twitter or X?
Slander? Who's been me?
Yeah, with the Daemon and Sarada.
We kind of got into it earlier on the pod. I was like, bro, it's looking like no matter who loses, I don't think it's gonna be a fight or a confrontation. I think Ada's gonna calm it down. So let me say that first. But if it actually turns into a fight, the loser is gonna get slandered to no ends of the earth. And I've already seen the starts because I see people heavily on Sarada's side who's like, yeah, she's gonna turn this little demon and set him right, basically calling Daemon overconfident and stuff. And then I see other people saying Daemon's about to expose Sarada for the fraud she is, which is confusing on both because it's like Daemon is already established as the strongest. So no, I don't think Sarada is gonna no diff the man. Yes, Sarada is my favorite character of all time. No, I don't think she's gonna win a fight if it breaks out in chapter 27. And then also on Daemon's end, Sarada isn't a fraud if she loses this fight. You're not a fraud if you. That's kind of like the stance I was having. Like, you're not a fraud if you're number 3 and you're losing to number 1. What the fuck do you think you're number 3 for? If you're number 3 and you're losing to number 10, fraudulent allegations are being discussed around your name. But like, she's number 3, she's number 4, she's number 5. Daemon is number 1. So any loss in this fight is justifiable and understandable in Sarada's end.
Yeah.
Yeah, the loser is gonna get some slander though. That's the truth, man.
My point is, if Damon loses, he potentially deserves some sort of slander. He potentially deserves some sort of slander. And to be honest, I might even slander the board to writers even more if Damon loses.
And that's why David can't lose. No matter how much I want Sarah to be placing this man under a genjutsu right now, or her to be like, "Oh, you thought this was happening," and then her to be explaining in the typical Uchiha fact. She doesn't have like it's crazy. She has one of the biggest fan bases, but she don't got enough love to come out on top of this fight and still get like credit for it. Like, I'm sorry, she don't got enough love for that, bro. People just don't rock with the character. I don't know why, but
yeah, to be honest, I feel like you're in the same dilemma as I am right now when it comes to the Giants and Chiefs this weekend. Yeah, you can't win. I don't know why. You for sure can't win. My thing though is like I feel like Boruto fans will understand Sarada losing. I think the non-Boruto fans would probably start the dialogue, or not even non-Boruto fans, even Naruto fans, or probably even just people who know of Sarada would probably start the dialogue. Yeah. Why is she losing to this little kid? I talked about this a little earlier. I don't know if you've probably heard it. I think Damon is similar to like a Zeno, where he looks like he should be fodder, and all of a sudden he's just like bullying the main characters. It's like, what is really going on? But no, I think everyone should understand what's really going on. I said I compared Damon to like a Zeno type of character where they look childish, but they are extremely overpowered. And if the outsiders see them like bullying the main characters, like what's wrong with the main characters?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, people should know like she shouldn't be expected to beat Damon. Like,
yeah, maybe Zeno, maybe Damon is like Grand Zeno, and then she buys Zeno.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe that's the person he picks. He gets packed up by.
Grand,
or he runs away like a scary boy because
Damon, and that's the thing, bro. And also on top of that, people like Damon need to get humble. I get it. When you at the top, ain't nothing else to do but to look down to everybody that's crawling up. So yeah, I understand why people are griping. But at the same time,
if he loses it's like Gervonta Davis. Everybody would go there to see them lose, you know?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. So like if he loses, he loses. But then it's not like he losing one fight, bro. That's not the end of the world. Maybe in this cancel culture, but like in my eyes, that's only room to grow. And I thought we were at the peak. You feel me? That just shows me we only got room to grow. So we talked about this on the on the spoiler pod yesterday, free game, when I was like, yeah, bro, like I take Damon as like Kenpachi Zaraki. Like he's the Kenpachi Zaraki to this Bleach. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like he's abnormally strong in a world where, granted, he has the OP reflection ability, but he's abnormally strong in a world where people are doing these crazy different hacks and these crazy things. And his whole thing is, I'm gonna walk up to you and punch the lights out of your face. Yeah. Like Kenpachi was like, he's resting his sword on his shoulder. He's niggas talking about some Bankai, and they talking about Shinkai, and then Kenpachi's like, all right, say less. Are you ready to box or not? You know?
But like, even Kenpachi, he had someone that was superior to him.
Yeah, he did. But that only showcased his room to grow. Like it like even when he fought the previous Kenpachis in Rocky, she was humbling that nigga throughout most of the beginning of the fight, humbling him. And then he's understanding like, damn, bro, a lot of this shit is mental, but also it's like I can physically surpass these limits. Like that's how I take it. Like when he fought the dude with the imagination powers, the nigga tried to imagine himself stronger than Kenpachi and died. So like that's how I think David is. David is the character that like no matter what role is written in front of him, the author is gonna make it to go around it some way or some fashion. Like I don't know if y'all noticed within this recent trend of media, they always have like a quote unquote the strongest character, you know, and it's not always necessarily the main character, but they always have someone who portrays the image as like the strongest, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So like even like just the like with Fire Force, you got the one nigga Benny Maru with Bleach, you got Kenpachi's in Rocky with Jujutsu Kaisen, you got Gojo. You know what I'm saying? So with Boruto, I think it's Damon.
I mean, we'll see. That's a good point though. I like that analysis. But we got a super chat also. Thank you, Jordan Avant. He said, I said it makes you wonder what chapter 40 and 50. Oh, I'm sorry. What chapter 40 and chapter 50 of Two Blue Vortex will be like. And then I mentioned the death of the elders and etc.
Oh, my friend was right. He did want us to potentially think about what chapter 40 and 50 would look like.
What chapter are we in? Chapter 26? That's a long ways to go.
That's chapter 40 is like almost exactly a year from now, but it's like a year and 2 months. So call it that.
So that's like 2 years from now.
Yeah. So
I
yeah,
think
basically.
Naruto's back.
Do y'all see? Oh, hold on. Let me put this super chat back up. Do y'all see it lasting that long?
Yeah, I see it lasting at least 80 chapters. The bare minimum 80 chapters.
Yeah.
I think TBV should be longer than part one. Part one's 80 chapters.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna end within a year. So yeah, it's definitely gonna go past 40 chapters, 50. So yeah.
Yeah. So like the storylines in chapter 40, like it could still be about Shinju, but I can't see it being in chapter 50.
No way. I think we're gonna see more of like the fruition to Amado's creation, like what behemoth of a beast that he unleashed onto the ninja world because he was trying to do something good.
I'd say Jura's here by chapter 40, and Akibi is here. Yeah, Jura's gonna be here a year from now. Jura's still gonna be here. I think Akibi might make her debut around before chapter 50. We're gonna see Akibi Otsutsuki. That's what I would say.
As a human or Otsutsuki?
She coming back? Is she coming back? She already dead, so she's coming back as an Otsutsuki. Like Akibi, coming back as an Otsutsuki, man.
I can see that. I don't think my personal opinion. This might just be remnants of me believing Amado's a good guy, but I think Akibi's going to come back, and it's not going to be like a big storyline where it's like, hey, we now have to kill Akibi. Akibi's about to destroy the Hidden Leaf Village. I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, bro. This whole chapter just threw me off, so I can't even I'm not even like that confident in my predictions anymore because it's like that whole Age of Shinobi thing being over. It's like it could be real political, man.
Yeah, that's true. That could be like one of the next like big storylines after the Shinju thing. It becomes like a political thing, like how season 2 of Attack on Titan was, or season 3. I forgot which season was.
That's actually a good point because I think season 2 was when they started like actually fighting other humans and shit, right?
Yeah.
You're right.
It became just like humans versus humans. So in this particular situation, it could just be like a political thing where it's ninjas versus ninjas.
Hey, this interrogation could be like a ricochet or a catalyst for the possible events in chapter 40, where it's like, yeah, maybe the Shinju are still a problem. Maybe they just got done dealing with Mamushi, and that was like the icebreaker for like, yeah, ain't no more working with Boruto. Every and all personnel, even though they just got done fighting and dying against Mamushi, any and all personnel available, hunt down Boruto right now and take this man. And that could start it. That could just start it right there.
Yeah, all fact. I wouldn't mind it. Let's say after that, after a potential political thing, let's say chapter 60. What could you see that being a storyline of?
Branching off from the Akibi stuff, branching off from Momoshiki stuff, Shibai Otsutsuki stuff. Stuff.
Yeah, hypothetically, if Akibi is actually an Otsutsuki member, I think it'd be like a great time to like go into like the stone faces or the stone Otsutsukis.
Yeah,
the 2 missing Otsutskis from the stones. I should have said it like that.
I don't know what the final arc would be because like at some point I feel like a lot of people could have guessed the final arc for Naruto was going to be the 4th Great Ninja War. Right now, I don't know what the final arc for Boruto would even be. So
people are gonna say the Kawaki versus Boruto fight. I still think that should take place in the middle of the series. So
yeah, I think so. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so if we're talking about chapter 50 and 60, potentially happening around that or maybe in chapter 70, I can see that.
I'm trying to think what the fuck they're gonna be doing all in between these chapters then.
Yeah, sure.
Flashing stuff out. What? Oh, you got one super chat?
No, go ahead.
And I was about to ask, like, where were we in chapter 16? So we could kind of get to see like a 10-year gap in Boruto. I might check. I might look at it.
That was I think Ada was the cover of that chapter.
I'm gonna look it up.
I'm trying to think what happened in that chapter. It's like she talked to Shikamaru. I'm pretty sure. And Boruto had the conversation with Kawaki. Either that was before or after. He had a conversation.
It was the flashback. Yeah, it's the flashback with Kashin, Koji, and Boruto.
Yep. The flashback. Yeah. So
what Ada on the cover?
So at that point, they were set, like, we didn't know at the time, but they're setting up for like a very soon battle for Boruto and Kawaki versus. Like, if you were to ask me in chapter 16, I would probably. Well, damn. Now that you think it, I would have been like, maybe in the 20s we're gonna see Boruto and Kawaki versus Jura, which is what we got. Shit.
Yeah, I came pretty quick. I didn't see Jura fighting first for a very long time.
I probably would have.
I thought it was gonna be like the last one.
Yeah, no, he came like Jigen. We thought he'd be the last one, but he pulled up early.
Nah, Boro came, Delta came. There was a few others came before Jigen.
Jigen came, but he came earlier than what I anticipated. I ain't gonna lie.
Extreme.
Like earlier than what we anticipated, but he sent his flunkies first. So.
Oh yeah.
Super Saiyan pause. I just said so and so came like 15 times in a row. Like,
that's crazy.
This game and that game. He came. Talking about it.
Next super chat. Antonio Bookman, thank you for another donation. He said, Bar, tell me why Obito cried and unlocked a two-tomo Sharingan from Kakashi getting his eye cut.
Because he felt strong feelings for Kakashi. That's why. It just so happens that you need stronger feelings for a Mangekyo Sharingan. All due respect, we know this. We know this.
Where does argument stem from?
I think that's like
Obito's
the 2 pods ago where we had the Obito debate, bro.
Oh, when he say if he had like 2 or 3 more eaters, then everything would have been good.
Yeah, my thing was
that was
like,
that spot.
Yeah, I think that the take that he's like contesting right now is like, I don't think anyone else. Let's say subtract Rin when she got killed specifically. Subtract Rin and add in Kakashi or even add in Obito. Added Obito. Added Minato. He doesn't unlock a Mangekyo Sharingan. That just doesn't happen.
I mean, I disagree, but yeah, that was your point. I disagree with that, but
he disagreed.
Yeah, I disagree too.
Yeah, for a fact.
Because, like, I mean, you say they wasn't close friends, but I mean, I think don't mistake me if I'm wrong, but Itachi unlocked his Mangekyo when Shisui died, or was it when he killed his family?
We still talking about that, bro? My fault. I meant to read myself when I said that.
You gonna call him a bum and let my guy Obito completely off the. I get how we going. Forget. I get where you come from. My thing would be Itachi probably was closer to Shisui than Obito was to a Kakashi. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they're not friends. You said earlier that I think they weren't close. They were close, but it's not just I'm close to someone and they die for me to unlock a Mangekyo Sharingan. Again, if that was the case, then everybody in the Uchiha clan would just be running around with Mangekyo Sharingan, so they all experienced loss to someone close. Well, I assume so. It's something stronger than that, and I believe that Obito felt that for Rin, which he didn't feel for a Kakashi or a Minato.
Didn't somebody super chat like right when we first started the pod? They said something about this topic. They were like,
"Yeah."
Obito was like, "What?"
I think it was Antonio.
It was Antonio. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out Antonio. You've been active.
Yeah. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah. I mean, bro. Honestly, my guy Obito ain't really have nobody, bro. So those is really his peoples, bro. Ride or die, locked in twin. You know what I'm saying? What Drake say? Me and my brother are twins, but we don't look alike. You know what I'm saying? That's his twin, real life Kakashi. Gave the man his eye. You know what I'm saying? Man, Kakashi would have died. We probably would have seen the same route.
Yeah,
bro.
Kami say he want to join up, but I don't want to have like a 70,000 people on at one time.
I was about to hop off. Like all the respect.
Nah, that's cool. Me too. So I mean, if y'all want to, then that's cool with me. Oh, we got another super chat. Hold
Look,
on.
I'm my fault. I ain't mean to. I was like, I didn't hear nothing like y'all said. Like I didn't comprehend any of those words. I was like, what you saying?
Oh, yeah, another super chat. I'm getting tired too, but let's slide super chat.
I do want to have on walkie talkie though after this chapter right here. We got some things to discuss.
I'll probably hop on later.
Wait, what's super chat?
Super chat. Antonio Bookman again. Thank you. He said he was an orphan. He ain't have nobody.
I get that, but it's like
Obito,
yeah, Obito. He's talking about. I get that, but that in itself doesn't necessarily mean that you love someone to the point. Yeah, true, but yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean that you now love your teammates to where you don't like them. Like your Sharingan if one of them died. Like,
I think it was the same thing if it was, say Naruto had a Sharingan and Sasuke died, or Sakura died, he would probably unlock his Mangekyo because he sees that as the only friends and the only like thing that he has to anchor him to this world because nobody else accepts him, and he lost that one person. So I mean, I can see where the emotional turmoil will go through, but I don't know.
I see the emotional turmoil, but to the level of a Mangekyo Sharingan. Like, let's think about people who did actually unlock the Mangekyo Sharingan. Like the level of emotion I'm thinking of is like a Sasuke once he realized that Itachi was actually good. Like, I don't think Obito is having that level of emotional reaction if Kakashi or Minato dies, or even let's say Naruto in this particular situation. I don't think he's having that reaction if Sakura dies. All due respect to Sakura.
Right.
Naruto wouldn't have that reaction if Sakura died?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Bro,
maybe Sasuke.
Bro, that's
I don't think so.
bro. That's cap. That's cap. And I think somebody else brought up a good point too. It's like, like, bro, when you think about it, Naruto ain't never really watched nobody die in front of him other than Neji. And when that happened, he had people. So like he couldn't spiral out of control. Like every time he had to deal with death, it was by word of mouth. Like when Jiraiya, or I'm trying to think anybody else, Asuma, even though he wasn't that close with Asuma Sensei, but like he hears about it and then he reacts. Obito saw the Chidori go through Shorty heart. Like it literally watched 1 second you're fine, the next you're not. Like that's a whole different experience versus coming back and being like, hey, so and so died.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, it's Rin. Like it's multiplied because of the fact that it's Rin. Like
even I'm saying though, if he would have watched Kakashi die, bro, like that's enough to awaken his Mangekyo. For Obito himself personally, that's enough. Like I don't think it was just Rin. I said Win. I don't think it would have been just Rin. Like Kakashi, that would like, bro, the emotional turmoil and emotional weight is behind. Like he gave the man his eye. He originally unlocked his Sharingan to help defend him in the first place. Like, why wouldn't he unlock a Mangekyo if he watches that same man die?
I think Bar is getting like a little confused with like kid Obito and adult Obito that we saw in the War Arc and like Toby and shit like that. He was a lot more soft-hearted at that point, and then like his heart darkened.
No, I'm thinking of it clearly.
He said,
y'all are thinking bro. If let's say hypothetically, without the emotional stuff that happened in Sasuke learning about, let's take Sasuke out of it. Let's take a random Uchiha member that loves his brother dearly. He can see him die in front of him and not unlock a Mangekyo Sharingan.
That's true. Yes, that can happen.
This is what I'm saying. You guys are saying if it's anyone close, even hey, he's like a family member.
Not anybody close. It's not just anybody close.
Again, that's not you. You connect to the wrong words. The words I want you to connect to. like a family member. I'm saying legitimate family members of Uchiha members died in front of them, and they still
Bro,
didn't unlock Mangekyo.
I can have a family member die in front of me and I'll probably walk away.
That,
I
that's
would
you,
say
but I'm saying
it's.
people
I
who
get
love
what you're
their
saying,
family members
Mara.
dearly.
It's like a family member, as opposed to, we know for a fact Uchihas have watched their family members die and they not waken Mangekyos. That's true.
Because they wasn't exposed
However,
to those
the
family members.
specific
Stop it,
bond.
gang.
However, no, I'm saying, listen, the specific bond and the specific connection that Obito and Kakashi had was enough to trigger that, just like how Ren's death was enough.
I don't believe so. Like, I don't believe their relationship was closer than like an Uchiha member and his brother.
That's the thing. All right. So now, yeah, I get your point. We're just disagreeing on like basically whether it is or it isn't. So I do think that their relationship was that close, because like I mean, it's like when you think about it, Naruto viewed Sasuke as a brother. You know, that was very much enough of a bond or a connection to where, like, if Naruto's an Uchiha and he watches Sasuke die, we know, okay, he probably would have unlocked the Mangekyo. A better example is like Sasuke in part 1, and we kind of talked about this on the previous pod, where like he deliberately chose not to kill Naruto because he didn't want to unlock a Mangekyo. But
Naruto's a special case, though.
Yeah, that definitely is a special case. And then it also ties into, well, like, the Uchihas who killed their best friends because they thought they would have gotten a Mangekyo. It didn't happen, right? And I think it comes partially with reluctance. And a lot of Uchihas might have pursued that, where like, yeah, you might have fucked with the dude. You might have been the only person to hang out with him every single day in your life. But like, always in the back of your head, you had it where you felt like you wanted to backdoor him. So I think it was more so on the fact, like, if there's reluctance in it, it means that this Uchiha is probably chasing this power up, even though they don't want to, but they realize, damn, but if I get this strength, then I can complete that goal. As opposed to like the endless Uchiha who's like, oh, I'm gonna try to go kill my older brother to get these new eyes, and it don't happen for them, you know.
But even in those, like, even in those altruistic scenarios where their brother legitimately dies by some like external cause, they still don't like unlock Mangekyo Sharingans.
It doesn't. But I think like you said, with Naruto and Sasuke's situation being different, I think this one is different with Boruto.
But and to be honest, I want to drop home this point. It's not necessarily like it's not an all the time thing. It's a rare scenario. Like, out of thousands of Uchihas, we could point out like less than 10 that it happens.
Awakened. Yeah, that's true. But I still believe that emotional turmoil, that emotional weight would have carried over from Rin to Kakashi, bro.
Bro, come on.
I still we go exercise the same points.
Yeah.
I get what you mean though, but like, I think the emotional weight is there though, bro.
It's there, but it's not. But yeah, we're gonna have to agree, disagree.
Yeah, right, we agree this guy. I feel like, yeah, we're gonna, because we exhausted the same points, both of us.
Yeah.
So I get it. I get what you mean though. I just like, I don't like some of the good points they brought up, man. Yeah, Obito ain't had no family, so I feel like that probably would have been all he viewed them as, was like his family. So,
but just seeing family members die doesn't mean you unlock a Mangekyo now.
That's I know that, but like, if that's all you got, it's more than just like, oh, this is family. Like, nah, these is my peoples, bro. And then the bond and the connections, like, I just think, long story short, that bond is deep enough to trigger that reaction for Obito. The fact that we know he has the Mangekyo, so he had that potential for the Mangekyo, and he awakened it, replacing Ren's death with someone else on his team, I think he still would have awakened it.
All right, we're gonna have to agree, disagree. All right, Sean, we can call it here.
Hey, nah, let's get into like 5 minutes of Negro news.
Bro. All right, I'll be back in like 5 minutes. We can discuss it. I'll be back in like 5. I'll do something quick. 2.5.
Right.
You had a topic?
Yeah, Mr. Negro made me figure out what I was gonna say.
I think I saw something that happened, bro.
What the fuck was it?
I seen something that happened. I don't know. Wait, let me.
About that singer that me was talking about.
Shout out to that weird ass nigga, bro. Yeah, go ahead.
That David dude. Yeah, they found his 13-year-old girl, or 13-year-old girlfriend in the back of his Tesla, in the abandoned car lot.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly he left it in the front of his house, and they towed it, and it started stinking. And the way they like tied them two together is because they both had like the same matching tattoos and shit.
On their fingers and shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I think they're pointing out a bunch of his lyrics are like eerie and shit, and it matches up with
Yeah.
some of his songs. Yeah, it's a weird. I ain't gonna lie, it's a creepy ass story. It's one of the creepier ones rolling around. What it was something that happened today. I can't think of it. I don't know why. I probably didn't like it though.
Do you think dude did it?
Oh, the from what I've seen, probably most likely, yeah. I mean, it's creepy, it's weird and shit. It's a lot of stuff that's going on. Like, yeah, but I'm not investigating, so I can't say. But yeah, that's a different type of sauce all on its own, bro. Different type of sauce all on its own. I seen what's the name though? Bro, that's not even what I want to say. There's something else I want to say. But now that I'm thinking about it, Cardi B is pregnant by Stephon Diggs. That's crazy.
Yeah, I see that.
But damn, I forgot.
Whoop-de-doo.
You said what?
Whoop-de-doo.
Oh, whoop-de-doo.
All right, I'm back. What y'all talking about?
Oh,
Whoop-de-doo. No.
Hold on.
We're talking about Cardi B.
Fire cheesecake.
We talking about Cardi B, and we was talking about the singer David and his little situation with them finding his quote unquote dead girlfriend in his trunk and stuff. So
yeah, that emphasis on little dead girlfriend. Or
yeah, it's just a sick topic all around, bro. I don't even.
Yeah, I was telling Freegan before the pod, like I had to start skipping videos about it. That topic way too dark for me.
I saw, I just like when Freegan first mentioned it in the chat, I was like, nah, I never heard of this story. And as soon as I hop on X, I see different TMZ clips of the fucking story, and I start seeing different people posting like all of the connections investigators are making. Like, dude got lyrics matching up with like birthday, they got matching tattoos. And then I recently seen today there was a video of him cleaning the shoes that were found on her body. It's like it's too much weird stuff going on for my liking, bro.
Literal psychopath, bro. Yeah. Like
I can't even check out. Like normally in these types of things, you go check out the artist. I ain't even look up his name once on Spotify yet, bro. I'm not trying to hear none of that,
bro. He got a music video of him stuffing a body into a car.
Yeah, like maybe he just wanted to get arrested, and this is his way of telling on himself. Probably a lot of people are messed up like that.
Must be. Like I wouldn't even like compare it to YMW Melly because like that song came out before like incident happened.
This shit is still happening after.
Yeah, it's like cops. Here I am. Here's the evidence.
But I think in the video he had himself in the back of the car though, not a woman.
Oh, I ain't even. I didn't even know that. But even still, that's still crazy. Like, you showing your tactics.
Yeah, like I ain't gonna dry sense too much, but I'm gonna give y'all a little hint.
Bro, what's called Academics was reading through his the track list of his last album. He got one song called Ghost, one song called Afterlife. Bro, come on, gang. And supposedly, like at his what's it called? At his concerts, people would be bringing caskets. He supposedly it's like a funeral vibe.
Yeah, he needs help, bro. That's demonic vibes. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know about all of that. I mean, I was laughing. Yeah, the ghosted afterlife. That's crazy. But this dude needs help, and all of that stuff, like yeah, bro. Some people, it's obvious, bro. Some people like. They embrace that demonic spirit type of life, that demonic vibes, or some people like they have no choice but to cry out for help in the midst of the evil that they're doing. And I think it's a mix of both with this guy, bro.
Yeah, bro. The nice thing is like he seemed like a regular person. Like the way it was described to me, like he was like a Fortnite kid that made Fortnite videos and ended up making songs to edit his Fortnite clips to. And he just seemed like
he was getting copyright. Because he was using other people's songs, and his mom told him he went and cried to his mom that he was getting demonetized, and his mom told him to make his own songs, and that's how he
Yeah, me and Free might have watched the same vid. Yeah,
Bro, it's
basically
already
that's right.
started. His backstory. The nigga never touched grass. It's already a canon event, bro. Fuck. Bro. Lock his ass up, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. Well, RIP to the.
Rehabilitate this man, bro. We need people need to stop locking these people up and throwing the key away ain't doing shit because they still here in the world. We need to rehabilitate these niggas. Either if that's gonna take to the day they die, well then damn, let them get rehabilitated until the day they die. Like we need to work on mentally improving these people's health. Like I'm not blaming everything on mental health issues, but something's not clicking up there if that's the type of it's just different, bro. You gotta dehumanize something in your brain or something in order to just go about that shit, bro. That's a fact. And people in the streets know this. Like sometimes you gotta dehumanize the way you view things in order to do certain things. That's true.
That's facts.
Right.
But yeah,
that story too dark for me.
Yeah, way too dark, bro. That shit's crazy. But yeah, everybody, thank you for joining us. All our super chatters. Let me shout you out real quick. Shit, I can't read bro. Shit, I need glasses. Antonio Brown, Randy Willis, Antonio Brown, and then Jordan Avant. Antonio Brown. Yeah, thank you for all the support. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.
Back those. All right, y'all.
Y'all boys be easy.
Mm-hmm.